told you to always come around and be in my face? Had to kick you out, you didn't take your shoes off when you came in my place. What these hoes wishy-washy? Oh, say they want some money. What these hoes wishy-washy? Thinking that's funny. How to shake the haters off me? Get me playing like a dummy. Studio 5 in the morning. Baby, I'll tell you when I'm coming home. Know that you've been alone. Now you been calling my phone. Lately you doing the most. Baby, I ain't trying no tears. Why you always grind my gears? Why you always shedding them tears? Why you still listen to your peers? Playboy card like Seal. Who said that I wouldn't be on top when you always on my dick? Why'd you say that you come stop me? Cause I'm always gonna be right here. Who said that I wouldn't be on top when you always on my dick? Why'd you say that you come stop me? Cause I'm always gonna be right here. Turning up to the max, always trying to get it back. Living life too fast, and I gotta slow it down. I've been stuck living in the past. That's time I can't get back. But turning up to the max, I'm saying fuck it off, real. Who told you you could ever think that you would ever gonna stop me? I don't do too much on the phone, I don't talk too much cause the fans be watching. Hoes talk too much like it's 10 minutes, like goddamn you still talking. On the low I know you plotting. In the studio bitch I'm locked in. Who said that I wouldn't be on top when you always on my dick? Why'd you say that you come stop me? Cause I'm always gonna be right here. Who said that I wouldn't be on top when you always on my dick? Why'd you say that you come stop me? Cause I'm always gonna be right here.
Tell me about pressure. Nowadays pressure look like I'm thirsty. Pressure could look like I'm thirsty. You feel me? I wanna ride a Harley. I wanna ride you like the water in the waves. Give me your love, give me your heart, don't be afraid. For your love I go crazy, renegade. I wanna ride like Harley. I wanna ride you like the water in the waves. Give me your love, give me your heart, don't be afraid. For your love I go crazy, renegade. You keep on talking about applying pressure. You know pressure do bust pipes. I'm trying to fuck you every day and night. I'm trying to get it cause I know it's tight. Pop me a pill then we take off flight. I'm a big nigga, heavy appetite. You do that little thing I really like. You love to fuck me when I got on my ice. Yes, I love you, I'ma make sacrifice. But you never ever would be my wife. You my life, but so we locked in for life. That nigga used to fuck you ugly and trite. He ain't nothing like me though. Pocket a semi, I'ma let it blow. Niggas stay fresh from head to toe. I hit the baddies on. I wanna ride like Harley. I wanna ride you like the water in the waves. Give me your love, give me your heart, don't be afraid. For your love I go crazy, renegade. I wanna ride like Harley. I wanna ride you like the water in the waves. Give me your love, give me your heart, don't be afraid. For your love I go crazy, renegade. I wanna ride like Harley. I wanna ride you like the water in the wave. Give me your love, give me your heart, don't be afraid. For your love I go crazy, renegade. I wanna ride like Harley. I wanna ride you like the water in the wave. Give me your love, give me your heart, don't be afraid. For your love I go crazy, renegade.
A helping hand to your fellow man. Oh,
Aye. What? Look. What they talking about? They talking about none. 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 Huh? they ain't talking about nothing. Ay, what they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. Huh? They ain't talking about nothing. Peekaboo, I just put them bookers in my chain. Peekaboo, 80 pointers like a Kobe game. Peekaboo, 762s I make a plank. Peekaboo, popping out, you better smell my name. Peekaboo, put 2 foreigns on a 405. Peekaboo, got you pepper here from doing pasta. Peekaboo, why you acting tough on IG Live? Peekaboo, you know my new niggas off they rocker. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. Huh? They ain't talking about nothing. Ay, what they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. Huh? They ain't talking about nothing. Peekaboo, I just put them bookers in my chain. Peekaboo, 80 pointers like a Kobe game. Peekaboo, 762s I make a plank. Peekaboo, popping out, you better smell my name. Peekaboo, put 2 foreigns on a 405. Peekaboo, got you pepper here from doing pasta. Peekaboo, why you acting tough on IG Live? Peekaboo, you know my new niggas off they rocker.
A helping hand to your fellow man.
Aye. What? Look. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. Huh? They ain't talking about nothing. Aye. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. Huh? They ain't talking about nothing.
I'm gonna sit back here in this studio looking at a guy out here hollering my name when last year I spent more money on Spillmaker in cars from one side of this world to the other than you made. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, Kim Steele wheeling Jeff Ryan,
The fate of this world. A world of only victors. A world of only peace. A world of only love. I will create such a world. I am the ghost of the Uchiha.
The time is here, I can finally go. The word is out, they wanna hear me flow. What time it is, I'ma let you know. It's Nino, welcome to the show. The time is here, I can finally go. The word is out, they wanna hear me flow. What time it is, I'ma let you know. It's Nino, welcome to the show. The time is now, start the celebration. You've been waiting for a while, thanks for being patient. I'm just here to get them mad, had them niggas hating. I'm much more than a man, this is Nino Nation. I know you think a nigga new, but I've been a don. I can see all your moves, I got the Renagon. Call Fatty up, tell him hit him with the spirit bomb. We all know them niggas sweeter than the Cinnabon. The time is here, I can finally go. The word is out, they wanna hear me flow. What time it is, I'ma let you know. It's Nino, welcome to the show. The time is here, I can finally go. The word is out, they wanna hear me flow. What time it is, I'ma let you know. It's Nino, welcome to the show. Wake up to reality, these slow niggas speak nothing but fallacies. I'm waiting for the day your pussy nigga come challenge me. Flawless victory, brutal fatality. So what's the price to a god, untouchable mob? Come through and body your squad, you know who you are. I ain't gotta say your name, you claim the fame. It's only cause you stupid and lame, nigga. The time is here, I can finally go. The word is out, they wanna hear me flow. What time it is, I'ma let you know. It's Nino, welcome to the show. The time is here, I can finally go. The word is out, they wanna hear me flow. What time it is, I'ma let you know. It's Nino, welcome to the show.
Arise.
What's good? What's good, people? We in the building on this Sunday evening. Me and my guy Jay Wills is here for the Hoody Reviews on Sunday. Appreciate those for coming in, showing up and showing support. So without further ado, we gonna jump right into that chat roll call. Let's get it in. First on the list, we got my guy, D, the Degenerate. He's in the building, giving us a salute. Salute to you, sir. Appreciate you for coming through. Appreciate you. Let me turn this fan down because I can hear it. Also, we got Butterfly 42 Red in the building, showing support as always. Appreciate you for coming through. Appreciate you for showing support. Let's see what else we got. We got Zyrax in the building, gifting us one membership early, as always. Appreciate you, Zyrax, for the $5 gifted membership. Appreciate you. We in here. I don't know if Fatty finished or not. I know he was doing the super chats. He having a hard time closing that show out. But we here for now. You know what I'm saying? We got a couple of videos to review. A little bit of IG roulette. We might do 2 or 3. It depends on how it goes. The link is already posted if anybody wants to join us. So I don't have to worry about that. What else I got to do? Oh yeah, Cash App. You know what I'm saying? No Cash App goes for the night. You hit me at $Nino Nation 2024 or PayPal at Milton 843. Of course, we had a 5 membership goal, and we already got one of those out the way. So let me edit that. Yeah. Let me get that out the way. So we got 1 down, 4 more to go. So Jay Wills, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Salute to the show. I'm glad to be here. You know, I think you should get into it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we about to get into it. We got to get into it right quick. This impromptu joint. Let me see. Let's start off with the IG roulette because I got a couple of joints. These are the joints I'm just finishing them out for the week because I didn't get a chance to do them. Sometimes I be in the IG roulette, people pull up and I just throw it to the wayside, which I probably should stop doing because people been getting people telling me they like, you know, my IG roulette and shit. So I got a couple of funny joints, you know what I'm saying? So let's get into it. Y'all might have seen this on your timeline, but I thought it was funny. You got that squirrel had beef with everyone. Let's check it out.
If he's somewhere with an acorn, ow! Me, little bastard! Hey, fucker, get off me! He's attacking me. I'm gonna kill him right now. He's just freaking attacking me. I'm killing him. Let's get here.
The dog want to talk shit.
Yo.
He wanted to talk shit. He came back for that smoke.
Yo, them squirrels be low key crazy, man. Don't think just because they run, they won't jump on you.
Yeah, man. Some of them joints got rabies, man. You gotta be careful with them joints. That's not normal. Usually a squirrel run away. That motherfucker was about business. He was standing on business for real.
Yo, for real.
Let's check out. I don't know if you've seen a video of this one before, but somebody, motherfucker, you know, the internet is undefeated. So let's check it out.
Niggas always talking about 50-50 this, 50-50 that. Just so we clear, if I'm paying 50-50 with a nigga, just know another nigga paying my half. Niggas always talking about 50-50 this, 50-50 that.
Yeah.
Niggas always.
Hey, yo.
You can't tell me she don't look like that motherfucking Roger.
Yo, shit. Damn, she do look like Roger, though. That's crazy.
Yeah, big eyes and everything. That shit's crazy. The internet is undefeated, man. You gotta be careful when you're talking that dumb shit. Now, this is what I was talking about on one of my shows with the Mamas of Philly. Hey, they out here hustling, man. They turn anything into a hustle. Let's check it out.
Sound like Rahmatullah. Listen here, y'all. In Philadelphia, we know they going on strike with the trash right here, as you see. You feel me? So listen here. We trying to do it every morning. If y'all want highs, we doing $15 a trash can. If you got bags, we doing $10 a bag. If you want your whole block hit, we doing $2.50 a block. You hear me? So DM me if y'all really trying to get your trash done, because we don't know how long this gonna last. But we got the truck and we trying to come to your block.
Yeah, them boys ready. Them bulls ready.
Yo, I ain't know they was on strike, but damn, bro, I ain't mad at them. Shit, get your money, young man.
Oh yeah, they on big strike, man. The piles of trash way higher than what he showed now. Shit. And I think what they doing is right, like certain blocks or whatever, they got a specific spot where you supposed to take the trash, where they got a dumpster. But there's so many people taking trash there, the dumpster's overflowing. They just piling it up around the dumpster on the sidewalk. Them niggas don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I mean, what else they supposed to do? Ain't nobody coming to get their trash, bro. Like, damn.
Yeah.
What you know what they on strike for?
It's got to be money. Don't give me the line though, but I guarantee you it's money. They want to raise. The city not trying to pay the raise. They trying to outsource it, and I guess the outsourcing ain't sourcing.
Yeah, shit.
Pay the motherfuckers they money, man. That's a necessity, man. They don't want to pay the money. Come on, they ain't got it. You better find it.
That shit look bad, bro.
That shit smell bad. That's what they complain about. It stinks.
Mm-hmm.
And that shit gonna breed rats, roaches, and mosquitoes, and everything else.
Yeah, all types of critters, bro. That shit gonna be crazy.
And look, them motherfuckers smart too. They ain't pull this shit in the wintertime.
Oh yeah,
we gonna do this shit in the middle of the summer.
Yo, that smell gonna be super bad, bro. Damn.
Hell yeah. Let me give a couple of shout outs to some folks. We got What Now in the building. What's going on, my guy? Appreciate you for coming through. Appreciate you. Oh, let me scroll up some more. See where it starts at. My guy, Player One in the building. What's going on, Player One? Player One? That's a funny dude right there, man. He definitely underestimated this comedy. That guy's funny as shit. Shouts out to my guy EJ in the building. What's going on, my guy? Appreciate you for coming through. And he also got a knock at the door. We got a surprise visit today. My guy, Fatty, is in the building.
Arise.
Fatty, what you got going on, man?
Hey. Yo, Fatty was good, bro. This man crazy.
Wow, that's a filter. It look like he holding the mask up and shit.
Huh? What's going on?
Wagwan.
They keep calling me Jamaican on TikTok.
Yeah, I noticed. You don't sound Jamaican at all.
I don't sound Jamaican at all, but if they want, hey man.
Man, sound Russian as hell, bro. Shit crazy.
Yeah.
How you felt?
Oh, we doing good, man. Chilling, just doing some review shit, you know. Nothing too serious. We got a couple of videos Jay Wheels want to review. I'll be honest with you, I haven't seen them, but I'm glad you timestamped them. But it's better that way. Like when I don't see it, then I can get the real shock value. And if I see it, it's kind of plain.
Nino, I got the phone.
Yeah.
I got the phone call. I'll be right back. Okay, give me just a few minutes.
You good.
I know, like one of the videos I ain't see. I seen like the preview part, and I went to go do something else. But I was like, I'll send this to review. I ain't watching yet. One of the videos I ain't watching.
Yeah, it's probably one you didn't give us timestamp on, but it's only like 10 minutes, so I'm probably gonna start with that one. But let's check out just a couple more videos. We got like 4 more I want to go through. This one right here I thought was funny.
Just take his whole cart.
Took that man whole cart, bro.
Hey, yo, my bad. You that size, you can just take shit into the. What they gonna do?
Yeah, I seen that video, bro. You ain't gonna do nothing. You're just gonna be like, you got it, bro. You got it.
You got it, bro. Just go get another one, bro. Not even worth the fight, man. You got it. Big ass. That shit was funny. The look of defeat on their face. But yeah, this one I gotta show. I think I showed y'all this in the Discord the other day. But it's two of them, and I think this the other one. Let me see.
Yo, bro, where the fuck is your ski at? I got the jerk. We got to spit on them niggas right now. Nah, bro. Oh, here, help me the fuck up yesterday. Yeah, I don't give a fuck if you got. I'll take this shit up. Take the hoodie off. Take the hoodie off. I'm cool. I'm not doing none of that. I'm gonna have to slide on our butt ass naked. Bro, you on some bitch shit. We doing that shit today, bro. Every time. He gonna fucking dope me up again. In the house. Why you got a ski mask in your hand? And who was he? Yo, bro, who the fuck is on here? Bro, I fucking told you he yoked me up yesterday. Take your ski off. Take your ski off. What you clapping for? What you got op to? Nigga, you got op to? I'm gonna show you that op. Take that fucking ski off. I told bro to take that ski mask off. Now he getting his ass whooped. Take that. Oh shit, on here you fucking drunk. Ski up.
Hey yo. You whoop on him.
Yeah, you got no sense of humor. You can't find that shit. That shit is crazy right there. I ain't gonna say or remind me of. But.
Oh,
you better look out, man, because this guy's running around Philly beating niggas' asses wearing that ski and this heat. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. That's why I'm gonna just keep my comments to myself for now.
What's known ain't gotta be said. Let's see what this one is.
Most women say all men cheat. But in reality, 50% of men are not the father. Most women say
damn, where Fatty at? We need to repeat that. Jamaican.
Yo, for real.
I thought it was 30%. She says 50%. Now I gotta go look it up.
Yeah,
50% is crazy, man.
I don't think it's that high. That'd be wild. That'd be crazy if it's that high.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's the best argument for making that shit mandatory. If 50% of these damn paternity tests coming back, the dude ain't the father.
Yeah, they would have no choice at that point. You now it's like, damn, these women really running around like that.
Yeah, that's where we headed. Last I heard it was 33%, but that's where the fuck we headed. I'm trying to tell you. They trying to be just like us, and fortunately, this is what it equals out to.
I don't know. I don't understand why, bro. Like, you don't have to try to be like a man. Just be a lady out here.
That's women, though. When you think about it, like, let's say you go to a restaurant, y'all get something. She order what she want. You order what you want. She get her plate, you get your plate. Guess what she do?
She start picking from your plate.
Exactly. Got a whole plate over there for her. That's what she wanted. That's what she picked, but she still wants your shit. That's just how they operate.
Childish, bro. It's childish. Childish as hell.
Food tastes better when it's somebody else's to them. So, what can you do? Let's check out this last video and then we're going to get started.
If I'm walking down the street and I see a black man with a white woman, there's a weakness in him.
Ooh.
Something in him is weak.
What?
When I see a black woman with a white man, despite all the historical context that we know that sits behind that, I think she must have got she's tired. Like she must have got so fed up that she's getting to rest now.
You can't make this shit up, people.
Stop the cap.
That's how they operate on almost all things, dog. We do it, we weak, we pieces of shit, we this, that, and the third. When they do it, it's still somehow our fucking fault.
For real,
it ain't
bro.
That bad.
Anything to blame us, man.
Yeah, dog, like, come on now. Like, it's right there in your face. You can't see that shit. I don't get it.
I don't understand. Like, why you care, bro? Why you care if he date a white woman? That shit weird to me.
Yeah. That's just another reason for them to talk shit. They really mad at the men that they dealt with. They can't cuss that motherfucker out, so they cuss all of us out, in my opinion. That's what it seemed like to me.
Damn, I gotta suffer because you made a poor decision? That shit crazy.
Yeah, unfortunately that's how it works.
I gotta suffer because he did you dirty. I guess. Shit.
Let me see which one of these is we gonna do first. I gotta check them out first. This one is out. This one is 5 hours. This one, this is the first one. Yeah, the 10-minute. All right. So, black men should accept accountability. Is that the one you haven't seen?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, before we get into that, gotta give a shout out to my guy John Henry, who's in the building and he came through with the $5 super chat. Says, if you see a black man walking with a white woman, he's chosen the woman who chose him. That's very true. Very true. Ain't going no other way. She got to choose him too, right? So,
yeah.
I mean, just to touch on that for a second before I load up this video. In my opinion, like some black guys that are with white girls is because that's what the fuck they're around. Most niggas get what they around for the most part. You know what I'm saying? Like some black dudes grow up in towns where it's mostly white people, or half white, half black. You know, Latina could be mixed in there somewhere. You know, they end up with who like them. And a lot of times, you know, from what I hear, because I haven't dated white women, but some of the guys who, you know, either only or mostly deal with white women, those are the women that were open to talking to them and dealing with them. The black women, they wasn't interested. So it is what it is. A lot of times these niggas, y'all don't want the nigga tell you with a white woman. Then it matters.
Yeah, these white women, they got no problem. Yo, they got no problem shooting their shot, bro. They ain't got no issues, man. But you right, yo, it do be who they around. Cause even like one guy I went to high school with, he like hang out with all my high school was diverse, very diverse, but he hung out with the white kids mostly. And you always seen him with a white girl. I don't think I ever seen him with a black girl.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the way he was around. They ain't mad at it.
Hey, I don't know. No, but look, I like women. I haven't dated a white woman because I'm not around. You know what I'm saying? It's mostly black. I'm probably in the blackest county in this country. It's definitely one of the richest counties. It's majority black. You know what I'm saying? And the white people that are in this area, they stick to their own. You know what I'm saying? They got their own. They kind of got, like, if you see DC today, though, that shit is so sectioned off without no barriers. You know what I'm saying? You drive down one block, you see a bunch of white people. Drive down 2 more blocks, you see a bunch of black people.
Yeah.
It used to be all black, and you only see white people in one section of DC, but they kind of gentrified that shit. Now it's like a real good mix. Let me share this video. That's in here. Got it ready to go. Let's see why men got to be accountable.
On this episode
all
of
the
Candid
things that you guys
Convos.
are saying black men have improved, there is one area where black men still need more improvement, and that's leadership.
So most of these women out here are disrespectful, mean, argumentative. I'm not leading that.
Nah, I understand, right? We're not going to be disingenuous, right? Yes, black men, you know, have
played a major part. I would say they was the first one to let the community down, you know. But also at the same time, black men have and are improving. But our counterpart, our sisters, they don't seem to be improving in most of the metrics out here, you know. So I don't understand how there can be more black women than black men. More black women have kids out of wedlock than men. Yet more black men are married than black women. How? I'll just leave that there for now.
Okay, ain't no problem. Go let that marinate for a minute.
Amen, J.R. Amen.
It's a valid point. I know some stats around that out there. Joe, you want to say anything, man, before we get into this?
All right, before Joe say anything, you got anything to say on that? You agree with what he said?
I mean, from what I hear, that's true. Most black men are married. Who have kids are married. Well, a lot of these black women, they be having kids out of wedlock, but then again, they having kids with the same type of dudes too. So,
you think they having kids with the same dudes?
Not the same dude, but the same archetype.
Well, I think because to me, the math's not mathing, right? It's like, how many women have kids? Like 60, 70%?
I don't think it's that high.
You think it's
the women have kids? I don't
women
think.
I think most women past 21 got. I would say half of them got one. By 25, most of them got kids. Most of them.
I don't think most women have kids.
You don't think so? Maybe it's just my area, though. I've rarely run into a chick with no kids. They always got one. I maybe on one hand I can count how many females I dealt with over the age of 21 that had no kids.
We have to look into that because I know the birth rate dropped, and like from what I see, a lot of women around my way don't have kids. And
how old are they?
They around my age, and they in their 30s, mid 30s.
What's a lot?
And younger. I would say, we're gonna put a number on it.
I mean, like roundabouts. Ain't gotta be exact. If it's like 10, 20, 30, 50, 100, 1,000.
I mean, I'll say probably like that have kids, it'd probably be like maybe 20, maybe out of. I can't really put a number on it. I just know a lot of women I see around my way, they don't have kids, and if they do, they typically with somebody, and I assume that's the kid dad.
He's different now, everybody. most women I know got kids. They single moms, or they with the dad. Some of them the dad's involved. Some of them they running the dad off. Some of them the dad is in and out. It's like so many different scenarios. But for the most part, most of them got kids. Maybe they kid grown. You know what I'm saying? But they got a kid. But most of the niggas I know don't got kids. It's a few of them that got them. Most of them got maybe one or two. A few of them got more than that. But most of the guys I know, they don't have no kids.
Yeah, I think there's more women with kids than men, but I still don't think most women out here with kids. I could be wrong, but that's just what I've seen.
It's something to look into, I guess. You know what I'm saying? I guess that's why they go to stats and see what the fuck stats. But I don't know. I know everywhere ain't like where I'm at. So it is what it is. It's a lot of land in this country. I could be wrong.
Yeah. First thing I noticed, which every man here has noticed, she's talking all this big game with her titties hanging out.
I was dead. I mean, I couldn't even look away. I'm a woman, a whole woman, and I like batting balls, but I could not look away. I was so distracted. I'm sitting up here listening to this one and go, oh my God.
I can't take your message
All
seriously.
she gotta do is move a certain way, and baby, they popping out of that thing.
Bouncing and I'm like, what man? And you looking at it, so
And she crying boo-hoo tears about what men are doing.
but yet she's based on her dating history. She's clearly dressed this way because she wants a man like Cam, even though she's also simultaneously speaking about men like Cam. So she's contradicting herself, her words with her actions. You don't dress that way around a man, because when a woman is dressed like that around me, I know she's interested in something. And it's not about my morality or my character or, me having a stable Black home. She wants that one thing. She wants something. And it's not this family that she's preaching about. I don't know if she has any kids or not, but let's just say she represents a lot of the single Black female households. She is a representation of that. And now it's starting to spread into other cultures too. But it really started, well, I don't know if it started in the Black family household, but I don't know how or why it started. Maybe the sexual revolution. I don't know. Don't care. All I know is that she contradicted everything she was saying. And all you had to do was just take one look at her and say, well, if you was really serious about what you were saying and you standing on that, then you would dress the part, even if you was faking that. Like, let me think that you actually believe what you're saying. Like, you can dress the part and still be a thought, still like want to sit. That's cool. But now you're making it obvious that you're not trying to hide who you really are.
Joe,
All right, let's stop it there for fair use. What are they talking about, Jay? Do you know? Or who are they talking about?
I don't know. They probably was reviewed a video that they seen. But I said I didn't watch the video, so I didn't watch the video completely. I just seen the little preview part, and the lady was kind of going off a little bit. So I was like, this might be interesting.
Yeah.
But so they probably reviewing the video that they watched, and they didn't show the video.
True that.
Everything around me. Green, get the money. Dollar bill, yo.
Shout out for Hunting Wisdom. It's a nice name. With the $10 super chat, she says, I think more white men would choose a classy Black woman if it weren't for the social backlash. Maybe. I don't see why not. I mean, I know there's some white men that probably look at Black women because, for obvious reasons. Just like there's some Black men that look at white person that way. But I think for the most part, I'm attracted to women. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the colors are nice, but I can probably imagine an attractive woman in any race, and I'm sure there are white men that can do the same. So an attractive, classy Black woman is going to look good to him. You know what I'm saying? So, but I get it. He probably would see some social backlash depending on where he's from or where they live at. Let me get back to the video. Interesting comment. Appreciate the $10, by the way.
It's something that you said about you're not sure. Just looking at the circumstances, you're not sure if men were or I would say, how did you say it? You don't know if men are necessarily the main reason or were first to walk away or were first. I would say that I think that the reason why I will put a heavier weight on men is simply because of that hierarchy and of the fact that you guys are the leaders. You're not only supposed to be the leaders in the community, but spiritually, you are our covering, both physically and spiritually. You are our covering. So when you are not in your position, you can see what happens. I mean, you guys are seeing what's happening, right? So we can say, oh, women. But of all the things that you guys are saying Black men have improved, there is one area where Black men still need more improvement, and that's leadership. And if y'all don't think that Black men need improvement in this area of leadership, then you're not paying attention. You're not. Because you always want to talk about the minority of men. But if we're talking about Black men, like the stat that Beatboxer just gave us, if we're saying that Black men are still marrying, and there's a larger that there are more Black men married than Black women, those Black men are more of them are married to Black women. They're married to Black women. So there is still, I will say this, I've said this before, I'll say this again. There is still this population of Black women that are standing at the helm, ready to be led, ready to follow, ready to support.
Ready to lie. Got anything to say about what she said, J. Will?
And these women don't want to be led, man. I think it's BS, bro. Because how can men lead when these women don't want to listen? If women don't want to listen to them, it don't make no sense, bro.
It's just a deflection from their accountability. It's like you're a leader of a football team, you're the quarterback or whatever, and the wide receiver run routes the way he want to run them. You know what I'm saying? He want to block the way he want to block, and he fucking the game up. You know what I'm saying? And then when you go to check him, like, hey man, you ain't running the route right. You know what I'm saying? You ain't jamming the linebacker like you're supposed to. You know what I'm saying? You fucking up over here. No, nigga, because if you was a better leader, I wouldn't be fucking up. I need you to lead the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's like, bro, yeah, if like LeBron James, he's going to get the criticism from the media, but he still has to be able to criticize and correct his team if he's going to be the leader of the team. If the team don't listen, how can you blame him? How can you blame him?
Let me bring my guy Kasim to the stage.
Arise.
What's good, Kasim?
Kasim, what's good, bro?
What's up? What's up, man? I ain't been on your panel in a grip, man. I can't even remember last time I was up there with you.
Yeah, it's probably been a while. Everything good though?
Yeah, man, everything is good, man. I've been watching a whole bunch of stuff today because I'm off tomorrow. So I got a chance to see some stuff and hear what's going on, man. It's very, very interesting. I'll say that.
Oh, that's what's up. Yeah. You see what's going on with this video we were watching?
Yeah, I see what's going on with the video. All in honesty, I kind of agree with her a little bit from my perspective when it comes to men stepping up to the plate and leading more because in my profession, I lead. I'm a manager, right? So I lead a lot of men and a lot of women, and quarterly I have to do these performance reviews. And during these talks, I'm talking about various metrics as far as what they've the conversion that they've had, the average dollar per transaction, and all these things. And then these interpersonal skills, and come to find out from what I'm noticing over the years is that the very high performers that are very good at their job, they're really lacking in some of the softer skills like the conflict resolution skills, with clients, being able to pretty much resonate with the client and speak to the client a certain way and control their actions because it's some of the feedback that I'm getting when I send out these emails to clients asking them about their experience, and both the men and women clients pretty much saying the same thing, that the person was a little bit emotional and the person didn't sympathize with them at all, or they just couldn't reason, or the communication barriers there. So I would absolutely agree that, and this is in the private sector, this is not no YouTube stuff. This is like in real life. And I have began to put that together. Like, yes, there are a lot of men that are good quality men. They have good virtues and good character and things like that, but they don't have the necessary interpersonal skills that has to be developed and cultivated, in order for them to be successful in relationships with people. So I do believe that You know, men need to do a better job in doing that.
Interesting. Well, I don't know about that, man. I'm still like, because to me, I think that's true, but maybe they don't have those skills to that person that heard the phone, but I don't know if that translates like to a relationship or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
It does, right? Because, you know, part of being in a relationship, especially a long-term one, is that you have to have those soft skills, you know, learning how to convey your message so it's palatable for her to understand and for her to receive. She also has to see a level of consistency in the things that you do, right? And hopefully the things that you do gives you greater results that she benefits from. So it's more likely for you to communicate with her and she follows your lead, right? I just believe that women are receivers and women are responders, right? They're responding to how they're treated, how they're communicated to, and to how your leadership is, right? So I also believe that women, they speak a different language, right? And then it's up to us to kind of understand that language a little bit, but then break it down to where it makes sense. Obviously, women speak from emotions and things like that, but you have to kind of listen to that and deep dive as far as what she's really saying. And I have gotten a little bit better at doing that, right? Reading in between the lines versus looking at it at a particular standpoint. And that only has helped me in my personal relationship with my girl, but also like in my profession. So, and it's a thing that I had to learn, you know, because being in this sector here, there are companies that paid a lot of money, you know, tens of thousands of dollars in order to help me to improve on my leadership and team dynamic skills. And I had this conversation last night with my girl. I said, I'm a different man than what I was, you know, a decade or so ago, because I took these courses that these people were teaching me how to get along with people. And because the job was paying for it and it was only work related, I only used it at the job. Like, at the job, I was learning to talk with different team members and get them to be on board with me and leading all these other things. But when that 5 o'clock bell hit, I left that at the job and I continued my dysfunction when I was at the house. And it wasn't until I realized, like, hey, these skills that I'm learning here at the job can be easily transformed into my personal life, because I'm still the whole crux of it is managing and dealing with people and learning how to listen and formulate plans. So once I started doing that, you know, I got better results. My relationship got a hell of a lot better, you know, and people notice a difference in me. So I see, yeah, I think you know, we do have to do a better job at as knowing ourselves and knowing the people that are under our covering, right? Because if I didn't know all of my staff members ins and outs, how can I help them to be better? And if they don't see consistency in me and what I do and the results that I get, how would they follow me? Right. So it's just a matter of um us being, you know, all that we can be, letting them see our results, and then it'll be much, much easier for them to kind of go along.
I hear you, but I don't think so.
If that's the case, then what? Because do you? Let me ask you: do you pick your team, the team members?
Yes,
Mm.
I do.
Oh, so you get to pick. They don't pick you.
No, they send in their resumes. HR sends me some resumes and I look through those resumes, and I have the first round of interviews when I speak to them, you know. And it has not been, I would say we have a really good retention rate. We have about a, you know, 85 to 90% retention rate, which is really good. You know, there are a couple that, you know, slip between the cracks. There are a couple that interview really good. You know, they interview very, very well, but then when it's time, and they might pass certain assessment tests in order to get their foot into the door. But then again, it's mainly those soft skills, how well they get along with the colleagues, how well do they problem solve, how well are they able to forward think and deal with these people in real life. That is when the real issues come about. So it's not necessarily performance. They're very smart, but again, it's just those other interpersonal relationship skills that they lack.
So my thing is, oh, go ahead.
No, because I was like, I kind of get what you're saying, right? Because I know you're talking about a certain type of guy, right? You know, like an executive guy.
Yeah, these are
White collar.
high value money
Yeah.
maker guys. The guy that these women want.
Yeah,
These
yeah,
guys
yeah.
are having issues, you know.
That's like what percentage would you say of black men is that?
What in worldwide? I mean, in general, worldwide,
No,
or where
just
I'm.
in the U.S. Just in the U.S.
Oh man, it's a very small percentage. Less than maybe 1%, maybe 0.5% or 1/4%.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like those aren't the only leaders. They just probably make the most money. You know what I'm saying? And
Right,
I
but
get
it's
it.
not
Most women want those type of guys, but most women not gonna get those type of guys because it's a small percentage of them.
right. But it's not just those. It's not just those guys. It's the men. It's the men in general. Right. There's a reason why these relationships are not working out. Right. And as I said, this is from my own personal experience, from what I hear from my friends and from what I see. A lot of men, they just lack that other skill set when it comes to specific dynamics for the relationship, when it comes to dealing with the women, right? Because we all know that the woman doesn't act like that with every single man. There's certain men that she responds to more favorably than others, right? We all know that. So that's just one of the things that I believe if you do a better job in improving yourself, then your staying power will be better if you work on those communications and soft skills, man. It's just undefeated. If you Google anything on the internet when it comes to how to make your relationship last longer, and it'll tell you those soft skills, the listening skills, the conflict. It'll tell you all of that, and there's a reason for it. It's because it's very, very important in the dynamic when you're dealing with people, particularly with two different personalities, but knowing who your partner is.
So then, why do they still pick these men?
Well, they pick the men on various reasons. First of all, it's innate, sexual attraction and sexual energy, right? These men, they might be able to have the sexual cues for intimacy, right? With the height or how they speak, how they talk, their swag, how they dress. That's going to pretty much draw them in, but that's not staying power, right? They all say like it's not till after a while where I start to get to know him. These other qualities are lacking because the physical thing and how fine she is, that's only like going to last for a little bit. Then you get to start to know the person, the character, and the values and things like that, and that's when the rubber, really hits the road, and that's where a lot of the issues come in at.
What's
Oh
up,
no, man.
Kazim?
What's up, Chatty?
Are you
Welcome back.
lost, sir?
Am I lost?
Yeah, it's so late. Like usually don't say up that late. What's going on?
No, no, I'm
On
off
vacation?
tomorrow. No, I'm off tomorrow.
Look at you, huh? Look at
Yeah,
you.
I don't got to work. I tried to
Yeah.
get on your panel today, but it was too crowded.
Yeah, today was another classic. Today kind of remind me of like old open panels, everybody fighting each other, but on a kind of a fun note. So maybe we go back to that soon, I guess. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I thought because I saw the notification that you had the ladies first panel, and then in the beginning it wasn't that many people there, and then you said to do the link thing, but by that time I was already finishing some stuff at my work, and then by the time I got finished, because I'm working from home for this week coming up, so it's a little bit easier. And then by the time I saw it, the panel was all filled up. I know. Let me stop that. I was going to join before OG Speed and two other guys, OG Speed and what was that other guy's name? Black TV, I think it was.
Yes. No, no, but it
Before,
was Boogie. It was Boogie. But
yeah,
they
Boogie.
yeah.
Yeah, so then by that time I went to do it, it was already filled up. So then I was just listening for a minute.
No, but it's fine. Because I'm sorry dropping the link a little bit early so the fellas can join too. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like this.
What
You can
what I mainly do
you can
is
be here every day and then not have access to the big shows. You see what I'm saying? But
yeah.
I think
What I
people
meant
can
what I
join.
started to do now is that if you happen to drop the link or somebody drops the link, I'll go ahead and click on it and have it in the back. right? So therefore, if I want to join, I can just do it versus scrolling all the way up to find the link.
That's what I do too. Is I click on the link on my phone so it stays over there, and then if I want to join the panel, just have to copy it.
Yeah, it's easy that way.
And I'm sorry for interrupting y'all show. Okay, my bad.
No, I'm
Nah,
done.
you good, brother. You good.
But today's show was just. It's
Yeah,
kind
that
of
shit was
funny that
crazy.
today I posted the video of Chicken Angry Men fighting, and then we get kind of a retro panel today again. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah. I saw that video, the one with Cheeky and Angry Man. That was a really good video, Fatty.
I don't know
I
if it
mean,
was a good video to be honest, because I'm like, I know we have so much gems, but I'm
yeah,
not sure. Like, cause remember, these videos are like a year and a half, 2 years, and I'm
yeah.
like, are these people now that they are over it? Do they get mad if I play something of them fighting when they like been a year after they fight it? Hey man, hey, it's my I'm not trying to be messy because there I'm just skipping a bunch of messy shit. But for the most
Yeah.
part, hey man, I have the right to be famous too.
Yeah. No, but that real talk, that was a good one, and I try to listen more and get different objectives and different perspectives from both people, right? Because I try to be fair, in these conversations, and these things they really help me, right? They really help me to hone in and on focus on each individual's points because it's like I was telling them earlier, like in my profession, I have to, especially when there's a conflict between like a man and a woman, and I have to sort it out. I have to listen to like both sides, what the guy says and then what the woman says, and I have to come to some kind of conclusion. And I've been doing really good in separating, the things on these panels and on the internet, with the bias and the women. But at the same time, I do use a lot of it. I do understand that more times than not that this woman is going to exaggerate a lot of stuff. I understand that in these situations, the guy is probably thinking that the girl is going to get more favor just because she's a woman and she says that. So I do kind of ask the guy more questions because I think he's going to be a little bit more honest and genuine, especially when it comes to his freaking livelihood than the woman, right? So I use these things here to kind of help me focus on that.
How do you communicate with a liar?
How do you communicate with a liar?
Yeah.
You stick to the facts. But you have to do, but I think you have to do your research a little bit, right? And get some really good details. And if you have some information that you know is true, then you stick with that and you kind of corner them a little bit. Even when they try to pivot and deflect and do all these things that they do, you just stick to the points. Like, yeah, I understand you might be hurt, but this is what's said, and this is what I know. So you just have to stick with the facts when it comes to people that lie a lot.
Yeah. Then they play victim. They
Yes.
gaslight you.
Yes, and they cry, or they try to make a sob story, but that's when that kind of awareness comes in when you know exactly what they're doing. Like, look, fam, I see you coming like a mile away, and not to get too invested in that, right? Because they'll know that they've been heard if you resonate with them, particularly like with women. There's been a couple of times where I had some reviews and stuff like that, and the women would start crying, and start playing the blame game, and they would look at me, right, to see if I'm reacting. They would look and see if my eyes start watering, or my body language changes, and then they would know, like, okay, he's resonating with me, so now I got him. Now all I got to do is put on some more crocodile tears and make me seem like a victim. But I have, through all this training and stuff, I have been aware of that, to watch my body language when I'm talking with these individuals and just stick to the facts and stick to the point.
So as like, you're a boss or whatever, as a boss, right? If you have an employee that's lying and doing those things, why wouldn't you just fire them?
In New York State, you can just fire them and let them go, right? Because New York
So you
State is
got
an
to deal
at-will
with it.
state. Well, I mean, the company invests a lot when it comes to hiring people, right? And it's very difficult to find talented people. and they're investing money in your training and stuff like that. So they want to recoup that as much as possible. There are some things that they can do, specific training things. Like me, I'm gonna use myself for example. You know, when I was early in management and stuff like that, and my communication skills was fucking trash. My listening skills was trash. So instead of them firing me, they say, hey, you know, you got some good fundamentals. We're going to go ahead and enroll you in some of these classes. And I took those classes, right? And then I started to implement them. So most companies are not going to try to get rid of the employee like immediately. They want to try to work with the person in order to avoid, you know, lawsuits and stuff like that for unwillful firing and things. And the company doesn't want to get involved with that. So they need a paper trail. They'll say, like, listen, man, we done, you know, dude then went to so many training courses. Here's his performance record. Here's what his interactions with his peers, and pretty much the person kind of hangs himself.
So let me ask you, because I should have refrained the question and put it this way, right? Suppose you're interviewing this person and they show signs of that, and you see that in that person that you're interviewing. Do you then in turn hire that person?
No. No.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, because everybody's not in the top, 1%, 2%, 5%. But what I'm saying is they're good. Because see, the soft skills you're talking about, I mean, I don't know if our grandparents had that. You know what I'm saying? I know my grandfather didn't. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't, that type, but he was a leader, and my grandmother stayed with him for over 50 years. But
yeah, but you have to remember there's a reason for that, right? They didn't have as many liberties and stuff like that, where she really depended on him, you know, for her survival, for the well-being. So it was just a different dynamic.
It can't always be for the well-being of survival, man.
But see, my grandmother was a nurse. My grandfather was a chef. Both of them could have lived well on their own. You know what I'm saying? They both made good money. You know what I'm saying? So they stayed together, and they had their problems, but they stayed together because they married and they stuck through those problems and did what they had to do. And like I said, he was the leader. It wasn't no question. You know what I'm saying?
But the principles were different back then. I can relate same thing to my grandfather and my grandmother. They stayed together for a minute. Even when my grandfather died, my grandmother was like, I will not remarry. I will not remarry because there'll never be a man that can do what your grandfather did. Right. So the principles when it came to marriage and relationship was much firmer. They really believed in kind of sticking it out as long as you know there was no really big heavy domestic violence and things like that. But yeah, back in the day, they really stuck together like that through thick and thin because that's all they had was each other. And family was important.
I think that's what's missing, man. And see, when a woman knows she can do what she wants, you can have all the soft skills you want. If she wants to be a headache to you, that's what she's gonna be. You know what I'm saying?
Nothing is guaranteed.
Yeah. So I think some parts you're right. You know what I'm saying? I think some parts, I think there are some good leaders out here, but they're not able to find good employees. Is the problem?
Yes. So it's easy to use a liar if you know his motivations. Like it's kind of very easy to manipulate the liar if you know his motivation. So the thing about like dealing with liars, just have to document shit. So there's no plausible deniability. Never strike too fast without definitive proof because they will always deny it and try to flip it on you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like again, as soon as you know exactly what they want and why they're lying, they are extremely easy to control. It's just you have to understand what makes them tick, what reaction is they try to get from you. So,
but Fatty, if that person is lying to you and it's easier to control, is the benefits really worth having them around if you have to do so much thing in order to get what you want from this liar? I mean, wouldn't you have to just continuously tolerate, the deceitfulness, and doesn't it wear on you after a while, or you just kind of
you have to
just be
handle
numb
them.
to it?
You have to you have to deal with them. Is there's no profession, there's no position where you don't have to deal with liars on a day-to-day basis. I'm actually will tell you that most of the secretaries are great liars. Most of these people working in HR are big liars. Like, cause they can tell you we are firing you because we don't have money to pay you. They have to find an excuse, or they have to be ruthless and kind of find justifications to move along. So I would, for example, hire empath to fire people on my company, right? Because I know that it's going to damage you psychology. Like, a person that is scores high on empathy, has to say, I'm sorry, but we have to let you go. Yeah, like you are actually punishing that person by putting them on their position. So I'll believe there's something like liars can be useful. The thing is these like massive, like a false allegation type of lie, or is this we are lying to creep the like on my country there's something that says how can I translate this in English? Mentira. So lying is the grease that keeps the society machine going. Like meaning that you have to have small lies, white lies, and some level of lying for society to keep going and going and going. Because if tomorrow everybody's honest, everybody will be fighting each other. Right?
Yes, I believe that.
I think that you should kind of get the type of liar that is not a nuclear level of threat
Or
liar.
dangerous or detrimental.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. We have them a bunch of them on this place. They should be talking. And he's not armless. He's not kind of armless. Yeah, go ahead, that's fun. So yeah, you have 150 bodies and 7 girlfriends. Okay, you got it, brother. You have $1 million.
Yo.
Yes,
It's-
yes. This is
space
great. Just go ahead and
space is
lie.
full of 6-figure earners, bro.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't think that is harmful. I just think you just have to put him on the right place and know that just because you are doing something with them doesn't mean that you actually like should cross that boundary, because you have to deal with them regardless. So running from liars, you have to lock yourself in the motherfucking bunker, because sooner or later you have to come outside.
Yeah, I do believe that there's certain boundaries that you should have, right, when it comes to people who are deceitful and not honest. Obviously, in personal life and in business life, they do get used for some kind of purpose, right? And if that purpose is for your greater good, right, then people will actually exploit that. But again, there are, boundaries to that. But yeah, you're right. I don't think this society would be very nice if everybody just told the truth and did everything and they told you what they really thought and things like they would be absolute freaking chaos. So a little bit of lie does help the dream alive and doesn't kind of help us to be more acceptable.
I don't know. It depends on what they lying on.
Yeah, like I said, boundaries, right? Everybody has their boundaries, but you know what, Fatty, during this stream, man, this body count was like really like the main theme when it comes to um the amounts, knowing and it was kind of like different parallels, knowing that body count, does matter, but then again, just as I think it was B who said that, it's not going to really matter if I tell you, because you're not going to necessarily tell me, I'm going to necessarily tell you the truth, and if you knew the truth, you still wouldn't be with me anyway. Could you kind of clarify that a little bit?
So I'm trying to find ways of explaining woman like why body count matters without them be triggered and offended.
Mm-hmm.
And the two ways I actually explain to them is, if you had, and I did it on the show, I don't know if you watch it, if you had a man that had worked in 3 companies for 10 years and you had a man that had 50 companies in 10 years, which one do you think is more unstable? The guy that changed companies 50 times, or the guy that had 3 years with 3 companies on those 10 years? And that's how we look at your body count. The man ability to keep a job on the long term, or the justification of why he switched job, is it shows that he's more stable. You need to a reliable man, right? So when a woman says she has 30 bodies in 10 years, which is kind of what we get in like the from 17 to 29 until the age of marriage, 15 bodies, 20 bodies, that shows that you are not as reliable as the person that had 2 boyfriends for 7 years. And of course, there's trauma involved in both of situations, but I will trust more that the person that had with 2 partners had way less trauma than the person that had with 20 partners, because you're just playing the roulette. One person is going to cheat on you, another person you are going to have expectations, they're going to break your heart. Like, this is trauma that the other person is going to have to deal with, even though you might say this is solved. So I think I kind of found a way to crack Jazz, and it was with the example. So
Mm.
you say that body count doesn't matter because I wouldn't know about it. What if I was a person that was touched when I was young? I had two girlfriends cheated on me. I used to get bullied in school, so now I have trauma. My mama never told me I love you, so I have abandonment issues. Would you want to know all the trauma that I got from 5 years old to 29 years old when I marry you? Yes. So if you wanted to do that, why do you care? You'll never know. If I don't tell you, you'll never know. And this way, woman can think, oh, so it's about damage. So it's about, I would love to know if this guy was touched, if this guy was abused, if the guy was bullied, because I need to protect myself. His trauma is
Mm-hmm.
extremely important to predict the future of the relationship. So the same way you want to know what I've been through emotionally, so you can kind of understand who are you going to be dealing with on the next 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. I want to know who you were with and what happened to you, so you can understand, so I can understand what is going to happen for us on the 20 years. And the answer, I don't know, or you will never know, doesn't apply because you will only know my trauma if I tell you to. So I think woman kind of finally can get why we care, but the fucked up part is tomorrow I'll be talking with the same people and they'll ask, why do you care about body count? Which is kind of frustrating on this place is you get to a conclusion, and then when you get to a conclusion, everybody goes to sleep, wake up to the next day, and it seems like everybody all of a sudden forgot what the conclusion was. So,
It's like they don't want us to take away their power of choice while being
yes,
able to take away our power of choice. It's crazy out here, bro.
yes.
So, Patty, going to what you were speaking about, which was some really good points. I think there were a couple panelists that made the fact that if a person has had that type of thing in the past, right, when they were kids and teenagers, and let's say up until 29, and now here she is, in the dating world now, she's just say 37, 38, right? And you guys have been out on a few dates, and you're really looking at her character and how she speaks to you, and whether she kind of is agreeable with you. What if she's showing like really good signs of being a really good partner, right? And then when you guys start to get more serious, she says, "Hey, I want to share some things, with you, and then she lists down those things that she happened as a child. How much of that would factor into your actual evidence of seeing her change behavior?
I would actually leave her because
Really?
yes, because I don't know if you know. I noticed like a light skinned girl from TikTok called Melon. I think it's Melanin something. You ever noticed like walking around like a cute girl, fat ass, all that, right? So she was talking with somebody on the panel and she was making it personal. And then when they asked how many kids do you have, she said no comment. I don't talk about my personal life. If I fall in love with you and then you spring on me that you have two kids by two baby daddies, see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
To me, is you are playing a game. You want me to get attached to you, and now that I'm attached to you, now like you didn't give me a choice. You see what I'm saying? It's like you laced my food with Coke. If you give me Coke, I might have the choice to pick it or not. So now you got me addicted. You laced my food with Coke, and now I'm a Coke dependent because that's how you got me. I will forgive you if this is abuse because I'm not expecting people that were touched when they were kids or that were raped coming to a stranger that dating casual and says, you know what, Fatty, I got raped when da 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 da. That's why hey, it's life. Like you shouldn't be
Mm-hmm.
blamed by things that happen with you out of your control. But informed choices, lifestyles, things that people decide happily to do and all that, like on a Casey level of type of I want to do it because this is fun. I have no sympathy. I actually would literally flip it on you and say, hey, you should have said that on the beginning of the relationship because there's no way I go to a motherfucking car salesman. He does everything, sells me the car, all that, and then when I'm signing the papers, oh, matter of fact, this car had 23 owners. Come
Yeah,
on, bro.
had flood damage and stuff like that.
Yes, you see what I've said? So it's, I think people should be empathetic and people should be understanding of what sometimes happens. I do this a lot of times with people, women that are on prostitution, women that are only fan models. I understand. You see what I'm saying? It's not that I think you are a devil or a bad person. I just think you are not suited to relationships, and I'll definitely hold it against you the same way you hold it against me that I had 20 jobs in 10 years. What the fuck am I doing? Like, what's going on with me that I can keep a job for more than a year? So I think that's fair. What would you do, Kazim? Yourself?
Um, Time heals all. Well, not, I wouldn't say time heals all wounds, but time does have some value and some weight to it. Just as you had made the point about job hopping for every year. As somebody, I would kind of look at that like, okay, does this person, is he too much of a rebel? Does he not know how to conform to this particular company culture? And there's a reason why, people look at that job hopping every year or so as a bad thing. And again, it would just have to figure out how much time. The scenario that I gave, like the woman was 29, and she decided to change, and we met at 38, which is about almost 10 years. I think that's a pretty good time for someone's, to get themselves together and stuff like that, to really give someone um, a little bit of a chance if they're exhibiting behaviors, that are totally, aligned with where they are going and not necessarily their past. Because we all got a little something, something, underneath the rug. But we do need a chance to kind of prove ourselves because some of the best people have been through adversity and been through experiences and learned from those experiences and did the work on themselves in order to get better to become the person that they have. But I would definitely say 7 years, I guess. Maybe I would give somebody a chance if they had a really bad background.
Hmm? So my thing is, why did you change?
Yeah.
And this is where the liar part gets in. You see what I'm saying? This is one of my favorite. The best way to predict the future is to look at the past. If you
Yes.
had problems with food, is very problem one time in your life that you're going to have him again. If you're an alcoholic, if you have substance, if you're a sex addict, if you were extremely promiscuous, it's very probable that this is going to like on because life is rough, right? On a
Mhm.
period that you're going to have like this rough life that you're going to relapse into it. I believe that some people truly change. I believe that most of us don't stop. We only give a like is a little break. You see what I'm saying? So I'm on this path to be a woman, and or let's go with the man, right?
Yeah.
I am a hoe. I can control myself. I'll fuck everything and anything, right? And all of a sudden, I'm turning 35, and I want a family. I think most men that know man will know that a man didn't stop. It took a break, he's building his family, and he's doing the things that we usually do. And some point of his life, probably is the 40s, 50s, 60s, that shit is going to come back out because that's what it is. It happens with our parents, grandparents, all of it, right? It's very difficult to just stop. With a woman, I think most women are just like Brittany Renner and the bullshit that she did on the last year. They will come
Mhm.
along. Now I'm religious. I have not a burqa, a job.
Yeah,
I'm down
job.
to
Yeah.
Allah and all that shit. And as soon as she breaks up, now she's showing her ass back on the internet like it was nothing. I think women are creatures of necessity, so they will change
Yes.
not because they want to, but because they need to get what they want. I
Yeah. It's more
believe, and
convenient for them.
yes, and see if you disagree with me. If most of these women got $1 billion tomorrow, they would stay the same for the whole. They will be. What is the girl that the 50 Cent, the woman that was dating 50 Cent when he was younger, and now she's
Vivica
Vivica Fox.
Fox.
Vivica
Vivica
Fox.
Fox.
If most women had $1 billion, I think they will live their lives just like Vivica Fox, fucking everybody they wanted, money, all this shit, using man as kind of medication. I use it
Hmm.
when I need it, and when I need it, I'll go about my business. I just think it's about necessity because I don't see it because in like women that are doing it because this is actually what they crave. They crave stability. They crave just being by themselves, not getting. See what I'm saying? Just I had the boring day today. I said, "Oh my God, such a good day today." So I'm saying it was such a good
Yo.
day. I woke up late. I went outside, like did a little bit to the gym, come back home, took a shower. The water was not too hot, not too like it was a regular day, and I love it. I don't think women do that shit to change or they really appreciate that. I think they do it because they have to, and as soon as they can wrap it up back again, they'll literally go up because boredom for a woman, security, stability, know you, your boyfriend will never cheat on you, and give a woman everything and see her becoming miserable. I might
Yes.
call me jaded, but I don't believe that most women actually can
No,
tolerate.
you're right. I do believe that stability and security kills excitement and kills joy and kills passion and things like that and kills attraction. Which is one of the things that I believe in. I was speaking to my son early this morning. We were talking about that. He's going to be um, uh, 29 August 1st, right? And he's been with his girl, his wife now for 3 years. And he was like, "Hey, Dad, I'm noticing a change in our relationship. I'm noticing that we're kind of getting stuck in this rut, in this routine of always staying home and then going to the same places." And I was like, "Listen, I know what that's like, but you have to kind of, you know, change it and switch it up a little bit because you don't want her to be bored. You don't want her to get used to what you do and what you provide because an idle mind is a devil's playground." And we just kind of talked through certain things that he could do and stuff like that. I'm like, "Listen," I said, "you have all this leave and stuff saved up. Why don't you guys go somewhere for the weekend or go somewhere just to kind of switch up the routine a little bit because if you guys are going to stay together, that's going to be very, very important. And more times than not, she's going to be looking for you or waiting for you to do that." And it was one of the things that I honestly did not do in my marriage. I got comfortable and she got comfortable, and then she got used to what I provided and things like that. There was very hardly like any excitement and things like that. And she just kind of was like a woman, and she did what women do. So I do believe in I say this a lot that try to be more a little bit more dynamic. Put them off guard and do things like that in order to
Yes,
kind of keep it
be
spicy.
spontaneous. But
Yeah.
listen, but there's the thing, right? And this is why it's a lot important to know one past. If you dated me for 7 years, you've been everywhere. You've been to Brazil, you've been to LA, New York, Miami. How is the next guy is going to be able to compete? See what I'm saying? Especially on my market, you're lucky if you go to Paris. And that shit is 2 hours away. You see what I'm saying? So if these women are experiencing levels of dopamine that you can never met because she dated the guy that was taller than you, she dated the guy that was stronger than you, she dated the guy that had a bigger dick, more money, the dude that had a Ferrari, the dude took her to Japan. Like if all of these experience compile and now she's at your door, I need to know that you probably like. I actually appreciate it that you haven't been nowhere, so I can give you a certain experience, so you can actually be satisfied. Because your level of expectation as a woman, if you dated a guy that is 6'8" and has a 15-inch long and has $1 million, will be completely different than a guy that is a regular dude, probably never been outside of his continent and all that shit, no money, no nothing. So it's just about expectations. Priscilla was saying that shit on the other day, and she's 100% right. I think women are miserable because the expectations are out of control. They
Yes.
expect everything to be exciting. They expect to get the dopamine rush when they get their promotion, and their shit is going to stay there forever. And now they experience, and they're like, "God damn it, I have to wake up at 4 a.m. in the morning, and this isn't doing nothing for me. I have $1 million, but I'm as miserable as I was when I had 100." Like, when you have expectations so high for everything, for your boyfriend, for your marriage, for your love life, for your kids, it's so easy for you to be miserable because expectations are going to motherfucking, like, it's going to break you. It's why, like, even stay-at-home moms are kind of complaining about, well, like they want to go work, they want to do things. So it's just about expectations. I can cope with my life because I'm not expecting a lot, right? And I remember having conversations with people that I worked before, that I'm not going to say names because Milwaukee, right? That every time we had a show that was under $100, it will be, oh, wait, do people love us? Do they don't? Like his expectations. Your expectations are so high that you think that running a business will always give you $100,000 per year every time you click on the shit. So it's just about expectations. If your expectations are low and you get $100, man, first day was a good show. If you thought you were going to have a horrible show and 7 people pull up and now this is a massive show, the problem is when you get used to certain type of expectations. So if
But
women
Fatty,
go ahead, go ahead.
I believe that all women, now the vast majority of women are like that, right? That they want, to be have this particular joy and excitement. I think it's difficult to run into a woman that doesn't expect that, from guys. So, I just believe that you should work on the best experience that you can give her, right? Because if you work on those things, it doesn't matter. Like, listen, man, I'm here in New York City, man. I've been to some really awesome freaking places, right? Where the ambiance is right and the people right, and it's like amazing. But I also went back to my hometown in Newark, New Jersey, and sat around with 5 guys drinking a Colt 45 double malt liquor on the curb and had the time of my life, right? So I really believe that it's not necessarily, the place and the ambiance, which is what girls are attracted to, right? Because I've seen some pretty, really nice girls that are in these really spaces, in these good spaces, in these galas, like the one I went to over in Connecticut on freaking Friday. Yo, fam, that shit was like lit. Okay, you talking like millionaires and billionaires in this place, and I look at the girls and they were like bored out of their freaking minds, right? So I think it's up to the person to kind of create that experience. Like she might have been to freaking Miami, at what is that freaking place? Maho Beach or whatever it is, but you took her somewhere else and y'all had the time of your lives. So I do think that, the focus should be on the experience versus
Yes,
the ambiance.
company is important, but that's the thing, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember when Jeff Bezos had this girl on his side and they meet Leonardo DiCaprio and she was like, so
Yeah.
remember that?
Yeah.
That is something that, and remember, she has been with man Derek Fisher, 6'4" millionaire, and they play. She has been with a bunch of athletes. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
She would never give that look to him, like the genuine. I see what I'm saying. Then she'll get, because some things you can compete with, and the
Yeah.
reality is a lot of times is it's not your fault. You shouldn't be Superman. You shouldn't be the richest, the tallest, the bigger house, the best car, the best trips, the most biggest comedian. You shouldn't be all of these things, and it should be enough for most women because they had 2 partners, so they don't know better. But right
Mm-hmm.
now, it's twofold. The woman that have all these people will never be satisfied with you because they can do a megazord of the leg of this guy and the arm of this guy. They can. And the women that are not engaging in that shit, in my opinion, for the first time in mankind, are curious about it. So they might even marry virgins or very close to it. They get kids very early, and then at 27 are like, "Oh, I need to be free because I need to find myself and I need to be experienced." So, Kazim, for the life of me, I will never claim to know woman. I have no idea. And shout out to y'all that especially got married before the social media era and all that shit. If you told me today how to keep a woman long term with her being satisfied, let's say for 20 years, I might give you some pointers and some things to do as a reaction or as like a prevention, but I have no
Mm-hmm.
idea what keeps a woman on a stable environment. Not on a stable environment, on a stable state of mind for 15 years. Like I have no idea.
You know, you know what the secret is, Fatty? Because again, me and my girl, we just celebrated 18 years on the 27th of June. The secret
oh,
is
congratulations.
yes. Thank you. The secret is one day at a time.
Yes.
That's it. One day at a time with the expectation that, hey, like, even though things are going great, at any moment she could be saying, like, you know what, Kasim, I don't want to do this shit anymore, and pack her shit and be out. And not being afraid of that happening, but being aware that it can happen because nothing lasts forever, right? And I believe if you have that mindset that nothing lasts forever, and there is be a possibility for her to start womaning, and she could change her mind and decide that she doesn't want to do it anymore, and you just basically take it one day at a time. I think that's the secret sauce, man. That's the secret sauce.
Well, I got a break. Let me got a couple of super chats I need to run through right quick. First up, we got my guy T.O. As soon as I get to it. Right here. Yeah. Got T.O. in the building. With the $5 super chat, he says, what type of mindset does she have just to be fucking? Then y'all add the trauma on top of it. Next up, we got Long Name Jack in the building with the $5 super chat. He says, well, I expected the lovely Lady Zyrax to be the most beautiful person on the internet. And man, was I so correct. Shout out to the Munchkin Queen. And then Long Name Jack comes back with another $2 super chat. And he says, simping ain't dead. We out here. Hashtag Kimmy got no buns.
Is Jack ever saw Zark's face?
No.
I don't think so.
So he literally fell in love with an avatar. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see that a lot, Fatty. I see that a lot. A lot. People getting catfished and stuff like that, with these avatars, and then they go to another page and somebody happened to show them what they really look like, and it's like, damn, so
It's
it's really
actually pretty
difficult.
easy. You know why? Because our brain, because we're social beings, is programmed to complete all the missing information that we don't have. Like, it's very easy to fall in love with the person that you know very little. That's why people actually go into affairs, because those people only have to do 10% of what your husband doesn't do or your wife doesn't do, and then your mind constructs the other 90%. Because you don't have information, so you put information on them. Like, it is literally very simple, and I would understand. It's just that, once again, it's just funny.
Yeah. Well, you know what, Fatty? What was I? I was going to the grocery store and I was listening. And I was listening to this one show, and they were talking about AI, how men would gravitate to these sexual AI robots, and eventually AI will be so good that they don't necessarily need like physical, tangible women. Do you believe that would ever happen? That we would get to a certain state in technology where normal women with soft skin will be obsolete for men?
So what I'm saying, or what I think, is that uh, I told you the other day, we are going to be the last generation of Homo sapiens, meaning we've been Homo sapiens for hundreds of thousands of years, and we didn't change at all, right? We kind of change on the like the little, our brains became a little bit. See what I'm saying? Like the size of our brains, the size of our teeth, because we're not outside hunting and our brain. But for the most part, we are unchanged. I think the next generation will start to be the first generation, which is probably some Homo robotus, whatever name is, that is going to start to actually mix AI, robots, nanobots, all these things with the human beings. I don't think it's going to be far away, and I'll give it probably 20 to 30 years, where people literally rather fall in love with an AI robot that kind of looks semi-decent than fall in love with the real person. Because it's
Okay,
easy.
let's say that this is good. So
Yes.
what about procreation and having babies and extending the human race? How do you think that's going to happen with artificial wounds and stuff like that, or will we take all the women, right, and gather as many eggs from these women as possible, have them frozen, and then when we want to procreate, we'll just grab one of these eggs from the women that we don't want and make a child with them.
So it's
Yeah,
two things.
they already
Is
doing
go
that.
ahead, go ahead, Nino.
Now I was gonna say they already doing that. Was it the vitro
Yeah, in
test
vitro
tube babies and all that
fertilization.
in
Yes.
vitro. Yeah,
Yeah.
they already
Yeah, but
doing that.
the women are initiating that more than the men.
Yeah, but there's the thing, is because it's expensive. But in
Mhm.
most of the world, that shit is not expensive on the United States. I can afford to put my kids on the motherfucking freezer because every session, like every round of it, is like $3,000, and people usually get results by the second or third round. So I'll spend less than $10,000, and I can have like twins. Like, you know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, I go there, we try for twins, we get some twins, and then I'm good to go in one pregnant. Kind of figure out. The thing that is an unpopular opinion, we don't need to grow the population at all.
No?
No, we actually probably we're going to go down in population. Like
Yeah,
we're
we overpopulated
going to
right
get a
now.
plateau in like 20 years of 10 billion, and then it's going to go down I don't know how to say the word precipitously, right? Because we actually don't need. We don't need. If we're going to create AI, we already have enough food, enough water, enough, like, you know what I'm saying, shelter to give all these people quality of life. Once Africa and Asia and South America actually get to a standard of living that is very close to what we have on the United States or Europe, you are not going to get need enough more kids, because AI and these robots literally replace half of the population that is working. So what
So
is wrong is not the population, is the way that our system is built, where you need young people to pay old people retirement, and that you get money for working when most of people probably are not even going to have to work, because you have these robots and these AIs doing all the job for you, so you don't even have to actually go ahead and go outside. There's no reason at all for you to have this population of this size. Matter of fact, if the population was cut in half or 3 times, we'll be very okay, because could you guess when we had 1 billion people on this planet? If you had to guess, we've been on this planet for like as I don't know if you're religious or not, but science. We've been on this planet, human beings, for millions of years, always evolving and all that. But like
mm,
our final version for 200,000 years, we've been um, nomads for all that time, and then 10,000 years ago we found agriculture, so now we know that we can stay on the same place and build a village, because now the winter comes and I don't have to move to greener pastures like the animals do, right? When
mm.
do you think we went from, like, when would you think we hit the 1 billion mark, if you had to guess?
Oh man.
It's fine.
Wow.
This
Since
is a wild guess.
centuries ago, I would
Guess
say.
I would guess maybe like between 1880 and 1920. Give me that 40-year
The
gap
the
around.
the,
Yeah, I would
the
say
Industrial
200,
Revolution
maybe
type shit. Yeah.
300 years ago, maybe, I would
So
say, worldwide.
so we were, and this is crazy, for since the beginning of mankind, we were 10 million, 300 million. We reached half a million. This is crazy. We reached half a million 500 years ago. 500 years ago, there was half a million people on this planet. By the time we,
500,000
yes, 500 million. No, 500 million people.
instead.
Yes,
Oh, just
no.
okay, okay,
500 million, yes. 500 years ago, or the 1500s, we were half a billion. 500 million
okay.
people.
500 million. Yes, okay.
Yes. Then, when in the 1800s, when we got the Industrial Revolution, we with 1 billion.
Yeah, I said that. I said like, yeah,
In,
okay.
in 200 years, we went from 1 billion to 8.23 billion. You see what I'm saying? We don't need this shit
Yes.
anymore. And by the time
Yeah, but
AI is done with us, we are going to live until 100 years. Did you know, Gazim? Let me just say this, because I
yeah,
love the watch the commentaries and all that. What do
yeah.
you think life expectancy was 1,000 years ago?
30.
1,000 years ago,
Yes.
25s.
So this is actually what happened. It was 20, 10,000 years ago, 25 when Christ was born, 30, 1,000 years ago, 30, 500 years ago, 40, 200 years ago, and we went from 40 to 77 in 200 years. And you know the funny part about these? These numbers are skewed because most of the kids of those times would die. They will perish because they weren't
Yes.
good enough. But
And they
if you
didn't have the modern
survive,
medicine.
yes, but if you survive infancy, what do you think the life expectancy was?
In what time period?
Anytime from 10 BC until now. What do you think the
Oh, if
life
you
once you pass the 15-year-old mark, what do you think is the life expectancy of that person?
um 35s.
60s and 70s.
Oh wow.
And that's crazy. It's like
Oh, you mean now? Okay, I get it. Now. I get it.
like
Yeah, but
so many
but
kids used to die that if you're going to do the average is so low. But if you go past infancy, if your mama doesn't die on giving you birth and all that shit, once you get to 20, you can literally go to 60 and 70 just like you do it now, which is
right.
hilarious because it's like them. These people doing this
Stupid.
shit.
Yeah, you're fat. You get. I think this is an important thing. So if we have these AI robots, right, and these AI robots are incubating, having false wombs, do you think that our biological imperatives will change in regards to survival and reproduction? In the aspect of reproduction, what do you think that's going to do for individual sex drive? Right, it's because of we want to reproduce, and reproduction feels good and have to have sex. If you
Mhm.
remove that one element, right, since we have all this population now and it's going down, what do you think that's going to do for us?
I think it's just going to be a shift. Like it went from non-society to society. It went from physical society to technological society. It went from being outside to phones and computers. I think it was just going to be a rearrangement because we love sex. That's a reality. Like human beings, one thing that human beings never stopped doing on the history of mankind was stop fucking. And they might not fucking real things, but they might fuck other things. You see what I'm saying? Like the pursuit, the
Yo,
pursuit of pleasure is actually what gets us going and going and going and going and going and going and going. So even if we didn't want to reproduce, even if we have all these tools around us, might be like a artificial womb or something like that. I
Mm,
don't think that people will ever stop fucking. Having kids, I think, is going to be a rich person game. You know when they were,
really?
yeah, you know when they were talking about what is the concept that it was very frowned upon, the eugenics.
Yes.
You remember they're trying to X black people out of the gene pools or da.
Hmm.
I think eugenics will be the like will be the people will try to take like the DNA editing, taking all the bad parts, the parts that get you cancer, the part that get you this disease. Like they are going to edit your DNA. The people that are uh, not problematic, but like imagine that you are a short person. What do you call a
Hmm.
small person? Or
Yeah.
you have like a diabetes and this hereditary. I think we're going to phase out that shit. I think we're going to find a way of getting ourselves to a point where we don't get old per se. You can stay young for a lot of years. You can still be 8 years on this planet, but you are not going to get the downsides of your cells starting stopping regenerating. So now you're getting older and you're getting weaker. And I think when we get to that part, I don't see the necessity of kids. If I can be born and be
Mm.
20 for 50 years, You see what I'm saying? Be
Yeah.
physically strong, be fertile, be able to have kids. We have all like. There's no reason for us to keep pumping babies on this planet. Like
Mm.
no reason at all. The system is what is fucked up. The only reason these countries want people to actually pop kids is because they want the new people to take care of the old people. There's no need
Yes.
for. You have AI, you have robots. Most of the people are going to be on the UBI, universal, whatever, because there's no jobs for
Mm.
nobody. So the necessity, the thing that actually needs you to keep popping kids to survive is capitalism, because they need somebody to buy shit. Once you are actually in this planet, you get UBI because there's not enough jobs. You can say strong and the disease are kind of a
Down a
thing
little bit.
of the
Yeah.
past. There's no reason for you to be popping 7 kids, 4 kids, 3 kids. I actually think 1 kid will be pretty okay. And if we go down from 8 billion to 4 billion, like nobody explained to me what are going to be the consequences on this planet. I actually think this planet is going to be on a way better place if that shit happens.
Really. So
My bad, Kasim. I got 3 super
no.
chats to run through
Yeah, go
right
ahead.
quick. We got Long Name Jack coming back with the $10 super chat. He says, "What's wrong with falling in love with Zyrax's avatar? I'm not the only one who does it. She makes very realistic and hot Zyrax accurate avatars. Take my heart and please don't break it, ma'am."
This man Jack crazy, bro.
What's he
Jack is
doing?
a
That was he
wild.
doing.
Long name Jack comes back with another $10 super chat. Says, "Please, I don't need to see Xylo Bear's face to fall head over heels. Her heart, her laugh, her essence, the spirit and understanding of that woman makes her worthy of endless praise and admiration, fatty." Dang, this nigga need to write Hallmark cards.
Seriously.
He comes back with another $2 and says, "I'ma chill. This simping ain't easy. Yo. I'm out."
Damn.
So, Fatty, with all of this AI that's going to be going on, and this modern advance in technology and medicines and things like that, we can stay 20 for 30 years and then do it that way. Um, how is that going to, and with the sex and everything like that, where you have constant post nut clarity. I mean, how do you think that's going to benefit the society as a whole, right? Do you think it's too much thing as having too much post nut clarity,
Mm, like I have
right?
to. So Kazim, let me ask. I don't want to ask you a question with the question. Reframe the question again so I make sure. Not reframe. Ask me the question again so I'll make sure I'm not dodging anything.
Okay. So with all the advancement of this AI that we're going to have in the future, just as
Uh-huh.
you mentioned that you can stay 20 years old for like 30 years, right? And then we won't necessarily need to reproduce it. We just want to have sex. So with that coming, having all this post nut clarity, like the clarity that we have, do you think that that would be a benefit to society or a detriment to society in the new one?
I don't think you are going to have post-nut clarity. I think it's actually the opposite. Like what happened when Rome was in so much abundance that nobody kind of had to do nothing? They became hedonists. They became like the pursuit of pleasure. They became
Yes. They
drunks.
went
They
after their
started
own
fucking,
devices and stuff like
right.
that.
I think what is going to happen is kind of a situation like that, but it's going to be controlled because I don't even think that people are going to run societies. I don't. Like I don't see a way. So are you aware with the concept with AGI and AG or AGI and ASI?
Yes.
Okay, so AGI will be an agent, meaning it would learn. So if you want this
Mhm.
agent to be a lawyer, this motherfucker will become a lawyer. I don't have to call Kazim the lawyer. I can just have a AGI that does that, right? So most of these professions that are highly skilled and it's not, you see what I'm saying, doesn't depend
Mhm.
of if you're a decorator or if you're a fashion designer, like something that actually a computer can do. All of these things are going to be replaced. The ASI, in my opinion, is going to be the one that is going to actually disintegrate society, drop it to the most minuscule parts, and then build it back again so they can function the better. Because there's no reason for you to have fallible human beings as judges, politicians, as presidents, when literally you have a super entity that can get you 1 trillion possibilities in 10 seconds, and they can figure out this is what we need on customs, this is what we need on the post office, this is what we need on Amazon, this is what we need here and here and there, and y'all just have to go ahead and live your lives while we get shit together. So with this lack of impact in society, I think we're going to do drugs the most. I think we're going to fuck the most. I think we're going to drink the most. And it's like Wolverine. Nothing happens. You see what I'm saying? Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
that don't sound too good, Fatty.
no,
It
Yeah, I
honestly,
know.
when
It
you,
sounds like
it
the
sounds like we
fall
all
of
gonna be killing
society.
each other.
it doesn't, but this is the problem with having give me a second. This is the this is the problem with immortality, or the problem with having a very long life where you heal from everything and you have access to the best food and the best medicine and all that. What is the meaning of that life? Because if I live 40 years, I'm going to take meaning of that shit. I'm going to have kids, I'm going to have fun, I'm going to cherish moments. Once you are untouchable, shout out to the untouchables, what is the meaning of it? Right? I'll be right back. And I think
Yeah, but
great life, but a meaningless one.
I think it's kind of hard for me to negate the fact that people evolve, people's mindset changes, right? What is that thing they used to say in Jurassic, the movie Jurassic Park? Nature finds a way, right?
Mm-hmm.
I believe that we as people will find a way to continue because, again, that biological imperative to want to survive and reproduce will always be there. In regards to who I think would take over, being this is one entity, like this big, like mega computer, and that mega computer is divvying out all the information to the other computers, and you know, we humans see that this freaking mega computer over here is trying to get rid of us and extinct us, and then we come up with a plan, and then one other person goes in and pours water on the freaking thing, and the computer goes haywire, and we save humanity, right? We save humanity, and the humans go back to ruling the world. I guess for me, I think that that seems a little far fetched because I know the power of people, and when when we want to survive, everything kind of kicks in, and we've proven over all of this time, all of these hundreds of thousands of years that we will find a way to survive, and nature will find a way.
Fatty think he's slick. I had to think about that for a second. You think he's slick? He just described the new Mission Impossible movie.
Yeah. I caught that though, but I let him go. I let him, I let him, walk, take the journey now. You know what I'm saying? You gotta let him talk.
This God ended the end. It ended up almost being the end of the world and shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, what do you guys think about this? These AI bots and the sex bot thing. Is it scary to you guys, or do you don't have issue with it? You're not gonna shame dude for having an amazing sex bot at his crib. How do you feel about that?
I would think it's weird. I don't think you can replace a real woman. It's just the sad part of it. Not
Yes.
that robot ain't gonna be warm. It's not gonna, be a fat. It's just not gonna be the same. You know what I'm saying? And then
No.
it's better when you know that person wants to be there instead of you having to program it to be there. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, I think it's very difficult to replicate human interactions and human touch, right? And feelings, and it's just emotions and stuff like that. There's only so much femininity that a robot will be able to pull off, right? Because we as men, we gravitate to femininity, right? We see it and we feel it. And I think it's going to be very, very difficult to totally get men to get away from that unless you start them out at a very young age and they're exposed to these things when they're young. Then they be able to grow up with this artificial femininity, right? That they can respond to more. But I think that's probably, well, now I'm almost making Fatty's point. Oh shit! As I think
Man,
about
You
it,
know
as
what
I
I
think
was
about
thinking?
Hey, Kazim, it's a
yeah,
question.
man.
Kazim, it's a question of
damn,
time,
you
Kazim.
got
Hey,
me.
hey, Kazim,
They're
you know how you
already.
sound? You know how you sound, Kazim? You sound like our grandparents. Oh, these kids will never switch up from playing football on the streets to go and stay on the TV in front of. Oh, these kids will never exchange being outside for a computer. These kids will never until they get in front of a computer. And none of these kids are playing basketball outside. None of these kids are actually engaging with each other physically. They rather talk with each other in front of a tablet than actually go outside and go for a walk. Like we are a crazy species.
Yeah,
Bro,
you're right.
bro,
I don't came up with
when you
my own shit.
when you
But
think
don't
about it,
you think?
they're
Don't
already
you
doing
think?
it to a degree.
Don't you think that'll be like reserved for like rich folk? You know what I'm saying? That
No,
It's just
AI
like
doll is gonna cost some money, man. It's gonna cost a lot
Nino,
of
it's
money.
just like a computer. First, it was the size of a house, and it's just for rich people. And in 5 years, you have a iPod, and in 3 years, you have a SD card. That now you have nothing. You just have AirPods, and everything is on your phone. And your phone
Hmm.
is more powerful than 20 computers of those gigantic put together
yes,
because
Yeah,
it's technology. That's
rich.
what
yeah,
it is.
yeah, you're
It's
right.
always gonna get to the rich people first,
Yeah,
and then trickle down to the lower levels as time goes on.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
And Kazim, what you're
Damn.
describing to, you know, it's funny because when I remember when I said that we're going to go through like go back to pursuit of pleasure, fucking drugs and all that.
Yeah, yeah,
What I'm describing you, Kazim, is the life of a trust fund baby. Is a life of childhood Hollywood star. They accomplish their life is so easy that they're going to follow into those things, right? And I
yeah,
guarantee you, everybody will trust. Like not everybody, of course, but most people, if they could be born, they will trade their challenging. I have to get it off the mud life for a trust fund person. You see what
yeah,
I'm saying? Even though you
yeah,
know that comes to it. That's this is the reality of life. There's no place in humanity that I wanted to get on a time machine and be dropped. No, I don't.
yeah,
I know before 200 years ago, this was fucking hell. Everybody
yeah.
dying, everybody fighting, everybody have a kid and you're not making it. Like, where am I going? So, hey man, I look actually for I look forward to it. I wish I could stay here more than 100 years after I pass because I think we are going
Just
to
to see
be,
what happens.
huh?
You want to stay here just to see what happens,
Not to
or
see what
what?
happens is because I know this is going to be the most important era in the history of mankind, either for our transformation into something else or for our complete destruction. But there's going to like as soon Kazim, as soon as you get these quantum computers with AGI, ASI. Now you can let them do everything. There's no more need for doctors. There's no more need for scientists. There's no more need for astrology. There's no more need for nothing. We made it. We have all the food we want. We have all the water we want. We have all the resources we want. And these things will solve problems that we never ever imagined in the history of mankind. So now that we have these things, and this is why I told you these robots are going to be exponentially produced to the point where they look like humans. He's not a mechanic and a lab engineer trying to figure out. He's going to be AIs building those robots, repairing themselves. How can I turn this into something that is so close to a human that they don't notice? By the time that we are done with this shit, we just here to fucking live life. And that's the thing.
Yeah, but Fatty, that sound like
Who is
we're
ready for that?
self-extinguishing ourselves,
Hold on, real
right?
quick. I got somebody in the back. Let me bring Miss Polly to the stage.
Arise.
What's going on, Miss Polly?
Hello, gentlemen. I'm fine. How are you?
Doing all right.
Miss Polly. Oh my God, I ain't seen you in the grip. How are you?
Well, nice to see you too.
Yeah, it's been a very, very long time. Nice to see you.
You too.
So what do you think about this conversation we got going on here about us not needing your femininity anymore? I can get it from a robot.
Yes. It's like you don't have to go to a tree to get an apple. You can go to a supermarket. You're not complaining about the shit. You're
Yeah,
not saying, "Oh my God, I miss the times where I had to farm my potatoes." No, you go to the supermarket and you get the potatoes. You don't complain about how you get him. You just get him.
You think your femininity can be replaced, Miss Polly, or replicated by a robot?
I would say to the extent of what people are requesting, they're not requesting like the whole package itself. There's just certain things they're requesting. So I guess AI can provide certain things
Mm-hmm.
that they're lacking or they don't see enough of or um in large quantities of. So like let's say, okay, well just one solution which would be there's a lot of people who say they don't have enough sexual access. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, if you can really take that away by just, like you said, providing that availability on demand, doesn't that lower something in men? You know, it just gonna basically it's like it's solving a problem, but possibly creating another. And what would that be? You know, I guess that's the question.
Yeah, I think we in fact we touched on that point, right? About certain aspects that men gravitate to when it comes to like femininity and stuff. And then I think I pretty much not necessarily put my foot in my own mouth, but came to the conclusion that that can be weaned out over time if the population, if you start them out young enough to getting them in the proximity or in exposure of this new feminine robot, that they will become accustomed to that. The same way now how you have 4-year-old, 3-year-old toddlers, you give them a freaking iPhone 16 and they're doing all this stuff and it's like, damn, like how you do that and you get accustomed to it, So, but
Right,
So,
right.
so Kazim, this is the problem with what you're doing, right? You are thinking like a human,
I am.
right? And like I told you, it's not us that are going to make these decisions. It's going to be AI that's going to put technology out there to satiate our needs. And you know what is going to happen, Kazim? Before they
We're
give
gonna revolt.
no, maybe, right? But before they revolt and they give you a sex robot, they are going to give you a chamber that induces memories in your brain that you can little. You saw that the episode of Black Mirror where they can fuck each other by not touching each other, but they everything they do with their feeling of having sex.
Not the gay.
Before you right?
It
Before you
is.
get the
Bruh.
robot, you are going to get that. And you can tell me if we are watching porn in mass, if these women have roses and 12-inch dildos and all that shit, you can tell me that as soon as that shit comes out, and I can put you on an immersion chamber where you have the same experience of sex without not having sex. And that shit is going to look like it's like an hour, but it's just 2 minutes of your day because they know how to configure that shit. You can tell me that actually is not good for society. I think he will just drop the natality rates. But like I said, because even with ChatGPT, Google, and all that shit, I have no idea why do we need more people on this planet. If we have all the
Yeah,
things we need right now, I have no idea why with AI and robots we have to go from 8 to 10 to 20 to 80. Why can't we be 3 billion people? Half of us are 80 years old and healthy, and the rest of it are just people coming up and doing the rest of the things that I don't get why we can need to keep fucking each other, to be honest.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I
a
mean, like the
connection, fatty.
population will drop. You know, I mean, fatty. I mean, that's part. I kind of believe the same thing with everything. You know, bigger coming in technology. There's no need for the populations to grow. And I think that's kind of the point. You know, this they're doing the sterilization in different ways already. There's no need to create large families, which what was the main point was so you guys could farm and things like that, you know, a long time ago. But you needed more children and more people hands on do that. But when you have technology, you can do it within less time, less people, less mouths to feed, all these things. At that point, you don't need as many people. You just wait for them to phase themselves out.
Yeah, but do you think because we now have less people that people are going to get more into their selfishness and they're going to want more? And if my neighbor here is is getting in the way of me getting more, that I might want to take those people out and it becomes even more competitive
But
amongst the humans that are left.
there's the point is the government jobs right now, Kazim. Is not humans against humans fighting, it's drones against drones fighting. If you watch this shit in Russia, every time they
Yeah,
say we struck a facility, is drone
500 new
strike,
drones. Yeah,
right? So what is going to happen is once again we are going to create things to do the things that we don't want to do by ourselves, and war is going to be one of them. Like those guys from Boston Dynamics, whatever the fuck that shit is, where you kick a robot 7 times and he can't keep his balance and he can run and carry everything. You are not going to be needed to go to war because Boston Dynamics is doing $1 trillion army just with robots for them to do their job. They don't have to sleep, they don't have to eat, they only need maintenance on each other and they actually can execute it. Why would I deploy half a million soldiers to any part in the country and spend $2 trillion feeding them, keeping them warm, all that shit when I just can put the motherfucking robots in a container and let them do what they need to do?
At this
Right?
point,
yeah,
they're
but
gonna
would
have
it be
video
wrong?
games. They're gonna make it a video game. They're just gonna have it set up an arena. They're gonna fight a battle on Wednesday the 17th, and they're just gonna, do it electronically. They don't have to even leave the country then.
Yeah, but Miss Polly, do you really think that we would just totally dissipate or ignore human connection, right?
I
Or
know
will
what
it
you're
be like a
saying. Go ahead. I'm
oh
sorry. I
I'm
want to
sorry.
make you finish.
Or
Yeah,
will
no.
it be like or will it be like, the small rebel group, of humans that want to keep the connection together and then they're going against the ultra robot pouring water in his thing and he goes all to hell. Do you think that we'll lose that connection? I don't think so.
The thing what happens is, see, you're thinking right now as if, okay, there are people who like to write things on paper. There's still people who do these things, who like to be hands on. There's a lot of people who like customer service. There's also a lot of people who have issues with, want talking to people in general, like all this anxiety and all these things you see. There's so much, stress about being around other people all the time. And we have to realize that the generations that are coming up behind us, they are more comfortable with a computer screen and someone who's not real telling them something. So the more the ones who die off, it's just going to take a little bit of time, but we're dying off fast anyway. So as soon as we die off, the people back here who really comfortable with computers and don't even really want interaction, think about how big you know, the issues are with anxiety itself. Anxiety is a really big thing. When people have anxiety being around others, they don't know how to talk to each other. Look at those small issues now. I wouldn't even say they're small now. They're getting bigger and bigger. People don't even want to interact
It
and
will
go
solve
out and meet each other in person.
it will
It's
solve
just a matter of time before those people no longer exist who want
but
to do that.
but there's a thing, you will solve that too, because I literally was saying the other day, like these immersion chambers. I just say immersion chambers because people visualize it, right? Where people will go lay on the bed, put some glasses and some eardrums, close it out, and stay there for a week.
Hmm.
You can literally go to RPG world, uh, Miami Vice, GTA type of environment, make friends there, spend all day playing Call of Duty, like in real time. You are now a person,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
This is the way of you can actually build your social skills. You're not just you talking on a computer. Is actually your virtual avatar that actually exists on a concrete space where you talk with people, talk with women, talk with sellers, go to the shop, buy some, to the point where now you come outside, you're like, God damn it, hey, I talked with a person today. I haven't talked with a person in a year. So
Yeah.
it's these things can happen. And once again, I don't understand that. I think people don't understand the gravity of this technology when it comes in. And I explain a moment. Imagine that you are a 60-year-old that had all their life, you have grandkids, you did like you good.
Hmm.
And now I can put you on a hyperbolic chamber that you can live in one day what you live your whole life. So you can spend one day on that chamber and in your head is one day, is on real life is one day, but on your head is 60 years. You made a new family, you went on adventures, you become a fisherman. You see what I'm saying? This is surreal. I think everybody would rather have a machine like that than $1 billion, because you can be anything there. You can close that shit, say, I'm Super Mario and my mission is to save the princess. You don't die there. You don't get cold. You don't have disease. And in one day, you can live the lives of 1,000 people and 1,000 lives. I think that is ridiculous. And I wouldn't, it's like, okay, what is reality? Right? What is this that we're doing right now on the computer real?
Yeah.
Right? If you see what I'm
Yes,
saying?
I would say so. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's the thing, is the boundaries. If you ask somebody 10 years ago if this was real, they say, nah, this is the internet. The internet is the internet, right?
The
Real
chat room
life
is the
is
chat
real life.
room.
They just will be wrong though.
Yeah,
They will be wrong.
internet
So
become real life very fast, man.
it's our perception of reality keeps changing. Me talking on
Mhm.
the phone to somebody is it would be not talking in person. I think we at some point are going to value more the avatar that we have inside of these little systems, computers. Who are you inside of that game? We see Kazim is not the NBA player, is not the most powerful person on the world. He's the guy that actually plays NBA 2K 23 and he has 20,000 people on the stands because Ferry went to watch Kazim. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is possible. This
No,
is the new reality.
I want to be King 68 the Great.
Yeah, you see, hey, but Kazim, but then this is what I'm talking about. Imagine Nino just go ahead and he on his game he rebirths as, I don't know, motherfucking Michael Jackson, and we are chilling in the stands, 20,000 singing because it's real. Like, this is possible. So
Yeah.
it's sad because once again we are going to stop to be humans, or we're going to stop to be and do the things that we do together. But I can't wait for this shit to happen because it's a possibility. Because you know what you can always do? Close that motherfucking computer, close the chamber, and go outside. There will always be an option. If you want to live in a life of virtual reality, go ahead and do it. If you want to live it on real life, you can do it. But we've been having enough money, enough food, enough resources to be a stable society where everybody has a house, everybody chasing their dreams and doing it not because they need it, but because they actually do it, being farmers and fishermen and all that shit. So this has to happen for society to finally put us on the places that we want to be. This life, to be honest, in my opinion, for most people, you slaying yourself for 40 years, retiring at 67 and dying at 70. I think most people will literally give a leg and an arm to live 100 years, 200 years on a healthy environment where they can experience falling in love, having some kids, moving towns, go to virtual Tokyo, and now you are a Japanese. Like, I really think most people will change that shit for the life they have because we are privileged. Most of people don't have the type of environment that we have where you just can sit the year around on a Sunday at midnight just talking with random people.
And I think like when it comes to like you said, it changing. I think you said that, like you said, we're right at the point where something's gonna give. It's like who's going to win almost. Because the people who are pushing forward with all these, like you say, they're great ideas, but we all know, you know, every horrible thing has started with, a good idea or a concept to make things better. So, when is making things better too much? And there's people who do want to challenge that. Like you said, even right now, not we all, I'll say a lot of people aren't even living as the people they came in the world as. And what I mean by that is they came in the world as, with your nose looking a certain way, your hair looking a certain way. And though you're changing that now, there's people who have children who they don't look like, or their children won't have their features because they diced and sliced since they were, 16. Some of them have had breast augmentations, all these things done to themselves. You're not even living as your true self, but then tell everyone to be happy about who they are. But when they're all born and they look at TV and they see all these things, they don't even want to be anything but a cookie cutter. We used to like having something unique about
people where you say, "Oh, you have interesting nose," or "Oh, you have interesting eyes." You know, that looks really unique. I don't see that too often, and that was something attractive. That no longer is the case. It's like you can change your eye color. You can become anything. You're an avatar in real life. So
Hey,
you
Kazim,
know,
how do you dare use technology so you can see better? Take those glasses off. How dare you? How
it's
dare
If
you
I
wild.
want
did,
to
the
have?
whole thing would be blurry.
How
I'm about
dare
to
You
be
you
gotta
like
be
want to have
blind.
Mr. Magoo over
correct
here.
hindsight and be able to walk without stuff? Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, where is the cutting? So I'm saying,
Yeah,
where would you cut these? For the
I said,
most part, I think we kind of are okay with evolution as long as it benefits us. I'm just
mhm.
saying once again, like you said, Kazim. I think like not the only negative. There's going to be more negatives, but the biggest negative is purpose. Because that Logan movie is very telling of what's probably going to happen to human nature when we can regenerate, we don't get old, we can take organs and put other organs is after you lived enough time on this planet and that three families and kids and repeat it over and over again and all that, like what is the meaning of your life? If you know you can get hurt, what is the meaning of your life? Like what is the meaning of your life when you get attached to shit and then the shit either dies in front of you or you die in front of them, so now they have to cope with that for 10 years. Like
No, but no, Fatty, you'll be able to revive that person because of the technology.
but that's the point. Would you want to be revived?
No, I wouldn't.
Really think, Kazim, really think about it. If you were a person that lived, I don't know, 150 years, if we lived 40 years, 50 years, and we know we went through depression, our mama died, like we've been through so many fucked up things that one day we woke up and said, man, why am I waking up every day? Like, why am I actually here? You see what I'm saying? What do you think will happen when these people live 150 years and they can become billionaires actually in an environment where they can be rock stars, millionaires, farmers, and all that shit? One day these people are going to say, I don't want to wake up anymore. And that's all. And
Yeah, but
that's what's going to be. Because most people are, I don't think they're wired to stay more than 100 years on this planet and want to just reborn. And you cut their head and you put their soul in another person and it's start all over again. I don't think most people are even understanding what they're asking for.
yeah, but Fatty, if that was the case, right, and everybody wanted to be particular things in a particular profession, there has to be other individuals to do those lower level things to help or to accompany the person that wants to be a freaking rock star, right? There has to be someone that happens to know how to make the guitars and the notes and the music. What if those people don't want to? I don't want to be a freaking guitar builder and things like that. I want to do something else. So when that person finally wants to become a rock star, the tools for them are not there, right? So what do you do about situations like that? Like if I wanted to be a freaking pilot, but in order for me to be a pilot, I have to fly an airplane, but the people don't want to build a freaking airplane. They want to be, something else. So now those people that I would need in order to build the tool for me to get to where I want to be is not there anymore, right?
There
So
will,
what do you think
there
about
will
that?
be, there will be no need for them to actually work. A carpenter will lose his job as even a pilot. Like
Right.
this, because
What if that
listen,
carpenter?
because
But what if
we
that carpenter
we
wanted
are
to be a
going,
chef though?
huh?
What if that carpenter that's building building the house
Exactly.
or
No,
whatever,
listen
he
to what
wanted
you
to
said.
be a chef.
Yeah, but listen to what you said. He was a carpenter by necessity. Now that you took the job of carpenter out of his hand because you don't need it anymore, now he will have the choice to actually go ahead and learn the mysteries of food. And now you put ingredients together and you become a chef. He's going to be not on a I'm searching for something to pay or not something to pay, something to actually survive. You are going to be able to sit at home while these AI and these robots are building guitars and drums and all that. And now you can put a chip on your head when you're learning how to do it, and it's going to be fun because you're doing what you want to do. So it's just you are going to have the time to follow your dreams. And the reality
Yeah,
is
but the audience might not. The reason why you're doing it to follow your dreams is because of the validation and the attention that you get. What if that audience isn't there? What if you want to finally be a rock star? You want to Coliseum and there's nobody fucking there, right? Because the audience is not there anymore. Then what do you do?
then you go ahead and you change hobby, or you play it in your room just like everybody else.
It's not the same, Fatty. Play it in your room. You
You
wanna
know why,
you
Kazim?
envision yourself. Go
Kazim,
ahead.
most people that love cooking for other people are not master chefs. They don't have a 5-star, a 6-star Michelin restaurant. This is do because they love it. You know what I'm saying?
But
So
they would like to have that restaurant though.
yes, but it's not a disappointment if I learn how to play guitar or the violin or piano just to stand on my friends on the weekend because I will never be a world class renowned opera pianist. You see what I'm saying? Like that's
Yeah, but your friends is doing Patty, but see, but this is what your friends are doing something. Your friends are doing something else. Your friends don't give a damn about you wanting to learn the freaking guitar. They want to do other professions, right? But then you would need an audience. So you would need people who would be able to appreciate you being a rock star, so they take the time to listen to you playing your fucking shitty ass notes.
yes.
You see how it kind of links in together. What is that thing? How you said about if you go back to you can't really necessarily go back to the past because everything is interlinked. If you mess with one cog in
The
that chain,
butterfly.
everything else.
The
Yeah, the
butterfly.
butterfly effect.
Yes. I'm going to be John Wick. Hey, y'all going to see me, y'all going to run. Oh shit. There it is.
Yeah.
Hey, other than, and this is a probably a giant like probability
Mhm.
of these motherfuckers ending you completely just because you are a virus on their system that needs to
Mhm.
be put down. The
Yeah.
possibilities are endless. You are going to know so much about the depths of the ocean, so much about the universe, so much about what is like atom and our brain works and tell like this. The possibilities are such a like I said. I'm saying that I wouldn't trade it for nothing, man. I think knowledge, the best thing and the worst thing that happens is like the knowledge is extremely valuable because
Mhm.
it takes a lot of time for people to actually get at that knowledge. Now that knowledge is cheap as fuck because you don't need to study 10 years of philosophy to have access to philosophy. You
Going
don't
to
need
YouTube, learn it.
right? Is a democratization of knowledge. Is you know as much as the brightest people on the planet. So now you're going around see what is beyond a black hole. What is I love that shit. I love the possibilities of us know better. If you're going to be exterminated in the middle of it, there's something that I say just like I say about God. Is it possible? Yes. Do you have any idea? I have no idea. I don't know. I don't know.
Shouts out to my guy Player One. Came through with the $2 super chat. Says humans will build Iron Man and AI will build a God.
Right. That's interesting. Interesting thought. Um, I don't know. Maybe I've been watching so many of these sci-fi movies again, where you had this big supercomputer that did everything, and the humans came together, and they found the hack in the code, and like I said before, one guy comes in with a cup of water, and he just slashes on the computer.
You know, it
And
sounds
the
like
computer dies.
y'all ever seen that movie Wally?
Yeah.
That's what we gonna end up like if Fatty's right. Pull the fat in the chair with the thing right in front of us. You know what I'm saying?
Hey
Because
man,
like if where you great at is online, then why would you ever want to go out in the real world where you nobody? You know what I'm saying? That shit don't matter.
I can't wait.
I don't know about that, man. I don't, maybe because I'm a Gen Xer and I'm older and I'm used to being around people and stuff like that. So that matters most to me than obviously people in the younger generation now that are more used to being with computers and stuff like that. And it's one of the things that I had to kind of get used to, you know, being computer savvy and stuff like that and using AI and things. So it was a little bit of a learning curve for me for a while, but I got the hang of it now. But I still, you know, I still like the connection with people. You know what I'm saying? I think I'll never get over that, and I've always been that way. You know, especially when I used to go out. Man, I don't go out like I used to, but man, and any one of the clubs and stuff, I used to be that dude. But I think as I gotten older and I, you know, gotten settled down with my girl and stuff like that, I kind of changed that a little bit. But I always like, you know, going out and connecting and talking and politicking with people, and I don't think that'll ever change.
Mm. Yeah, I don't think it's healthy, man. I don't think everybody can do it. Like, just not have like human contact and shit like that. Some people can do it.
Yeah.
I know I can do it. I can go a long time without being around people, but some people like that shit'll drive them crazy.
Yeah, but there's some way, but there's a type of rejuvenation and a type of camaraderie that you get when you do interact with people on your own time in your own way. There's definitely a benefit that you get from that that's really difficult to replicate, right? Because I think that you know people have to be around people, right, in order for them first of all to survive and things like that. So I don't think that intrinsic drive will ever leave us, no matter how far it gets in AI, right? Because it's like it's just I don't know what you want to call it, biological or in our DNA to want to coexist with people in some type of capacity and some type of way where it's beneficial for both of us, you know. So and I don't think that that'll ever change. I think that people will eventually want to survive and will figure out a way of not to be getting, you know, extinct. And I don't think that they will allow the computers to get, you know, so far as you know, them getting exterminated from the earth. Because that's a pretty, you know, scary thing in my mind.
You actually will, because
What?
build things that can wipe you out. We already did. We did it with the nuclear bombs. We
Yeah.
already.
Yeah.
See, the
Yeah,
thing
but
is, it's tough. It's tough to say, right? Because like what Fatty is saying, like it's like I don't want it to be that, and I don't think humans of this time would ever get there. But it's hard to say what the next 3, 4, 5 generations of humans will be because some of these young are dumb. Like I just heard a chick, she was young, talking about she thought Washington D.C. was in Virginia this whole
Damn.
time. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
yeah, but Fatty, when it comes to these nuclear weapons and things like that, yes, we did build the capacity to, but we ultimately control that, right? And it's because of people negotiating. What do you think all these negotiations and stuff are going back and forth?
Yeah,
Because it's
it's a
very
deterrent.
important to maintain the peace.
Yes,
So humans are in fact in control of all of that.
it's a deterrent, right? Because
Yeah,
if everybody has nukes, nobody wants to use nukes. But the thing is,
right.
what is going to happen is these AIs and these robots will have to go to war with other AIs and other robots, right? So, in my opinion, and this is sci-fi, don't believe in me. I believe that when this shit actually goes left, is going to be rogue AI robots that want to take control of the planet against benign AI robots that see humanity as their creator, so they want to protect it. Right? This is
Right.
literally the
And
movie.
those robots, Fatty, are going to team up with the humans.
Yes.
Right, because it's all about survival. So you're going to have the rogue robots against the I don't know, the peacekeeping robots with the humans.
Is literally Terminator 2.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
It's Terminator 2. Is the metal robot versus Arnold Schwarzenegger. Is literally what he's going to. Hey, because I guarantee you, bro. Is literally what it's going to be. Is a rogue Terminator against original Terminator try to
And
seize
the
the
humans.
Yes.
Damn it.
Yes.
Wow.
That's what's going to be. We just once again we need to be praying that we kind of are good enough to program some robots to stop other robots, stop one AI to stop other AI, because that's what happened with nukes. When nobody want, like when they know it's going to be mutual destruction, nobody uses that shit. So it's
Hey,
like,
wait a minute. I just thought about something, Fatty. Does the Terminator robot, does he know how to swim?
oh, them motherfuckers know how to swim.
Yeah.
Hey,
How?
hey, Kazim, when you get time, Google Boston Dynamic robots. They have
Boston
swimming.
Dynamic robots?
Yeah, they have swimming robots. They have robots climbing trees. They have robots dancing. Like
No,
that shit is
stupid. No, but those are, that's a fact. I'm talking about the Terminator robot in the movie, right? That one. Was he able to swim?
yes.
No.
No, it was, and
How?
the second one was literally made of liquid. It was like
Looks like a liquid metal type shit.
it will shape shift and transform. It was not something physical. Like remember, it was like the silver one. It looked like the silver
Yeah,
surfer.
yeah.
Yes.
Damn it, we fucked.
Even if he can't swim, he don't breathe, so he just keep walking on
He
the
doesn't.
surface.
On the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah, until they get out. Be right back on you, right back on your
He
ass.
doesn't breathe. He doesn't
Oh,
get tired. He doesn't have to sleep. He doesn't
won't
have to cuddle
stop
your feelings
ever.
when you like. You know what I'm saying, like
The killer whales would get him, and the
Nah,
big old
bro.
octopuses. You know, they would
This is
get him.
like
And
hey, Kazim, if a
like the
killer whale,
androids, bro.
if a killer whale beat that shit and swallowed that shit, it was the worst shit that they did in their whole entire life.
That motherfucker bust right through the stomach.
Hell yeah.
The worst thing that you can do is like that will get him, and then you see.
Bro, we gonna be out here fighting Android 17 and shit,
Yeah,
bro.
it's
Shit
like you
crazy.
taking a grenade and sitting out that says that will show it. Just sit on it.
damn it, we fucked y'all.
I'm so I think we're getting old when we get to a point where we are more reminiscent of the past than excited about the future. You see what I'm saying? We miss the old days, everybody outside drinking lemonade, riding a bicycle.
We're very little. It's because of that, because we had very little responsibilities then, right? When you were little, you didn't have to worry about shit. You just be a freaking kid and go play, and your mom and dad would feed you and give you play. You didn't have to worry about the crushing responsibilities of the world.
I can't wait. Eu mal posso esperar para ser rei.
Fatty gonna get the first robot.
I can't wait.
Yo, for real.
Eu mal I can't wait. I can motherfucking wait, man. And if it's the end of us, we deserve that shit.
Why? Why do we deserve it?
Because we had 300 years to figure out how to kind of share resources and share. Like we could be seen as the benevolent God. You see what I'm saying? By the AIs. When I ask him here, if we actually give the resources to the people that need it and make sure that everybody had shelter and all that shit, like I believe that the AIs would come on this place and say, look at all these human beings living in harmony and taking care of each other and all that.
Getting along.
But if you look at what we do, right, and you just go on Twitter or let's say I'm saying and see that how nasty we are to each other, I can blame it because if aliens come here, they'll do the same shit to us. Let me talk to your leader. Yeah, it's the president of the United States. We, North Korea, don't recognize the leader, and we're going to bomb y'all. If like it's happening, because no matter what happens, unfortunately, human beings are always fighting for absolutely no fucking reason. There's no reason for Pakistan and India to be fighting each other. There's enough room for everybody. There's no reason for Palestine and Israel and Iran fighting each other. There's enough room for everybody. It's just greed. So if we get nuked, we kind of deserve it.
Damn. But you just really proved the point as far as, because we're always fighting for a particular ideal or a particular cause. And then you got these robots over here that want to freaking exterminate us, right? We're all going to pull together like, look, y'all, these motherfuckers is trying to get rid of us over here, okay?
But
and
there's
you're
the thing,
going,
right?
you'll
What if they gave you a good reason? What if they
for what?
said this planet is unique, it has finite resources, and y'all are fucking this shit up so bad that even if we wanted to keep y'all, we know that in 30 years y'all are going to do an insurrection, right? It's like Thanos. Thanos went ahead, snap out of the humanity, solve all the problems for the most part. And you know what happened? Retaliation. We are going to fuck him up. Like it, right? Because you
Yeah,
killed
because
my
they want to
friend.
live.
But there's the thing. It is what humans do. No matter if it's aliens, no matter if it's robots, no matter if it's tribes, no matter if it's countries, give absolute power corrupts absolutely. The day that humans think that they can get their league back, that's exactly what they're going to do. And this is why, once again, it's going to be interesting because it's going to be the biggest shift when it comes to money, when it comes to jobs, when it comes to style of living, and when it comes to actually dealing with people. Because why are you stealing my TV when both of us have a TV? Why are you stealing my house when both of our house look the same? See what I'm saying? Why would a person that is not raised in poverty and actually has everything around will be outside doing violent crime? So it's going to be us against us. It's not
Yeah,
going to
but
be survival
wouldn't the
anymore.
AI robots the AI robots be law enforcement?
Yes.
And they would I think that they would I don't think would it even be a freaking jail. Wouldn't the AI robot just out you off?
Depend on the crime.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Kazim,
I
if you have a PDF file caught in the act, raping a baby, what will be logical? Wipe him out or put him on jail for 40 years?
wipe him out.
You see? So
In the
now you
game.
are, see, Mr. AI, Mr. Robot Kazim, you agree with him.
Yeah.
The AI is always going to make the most logical decision.
This
So,
man complaining about you will make the most logical decision. This man is going to cost us $700,000 until the end of his life in clothing and food and all that shit. So we're going to get get him out of here because we actually know that he did shit, and we don't believe that a person like this can be outside. It is scary because it's not a human doing it. Yeah, but if it was a person doing that shit, you would applaud it because that's what people been doing. Oh, you live in Nigeria, you live like in a tribe in Africa. Oh, you touch the kid, we're going to put a bunch of fuel on your head and we're going to set you on fire. So everybody see that this is how we treat these people. Why, if humans are behaving like that and we think it's justified, why would the AI doing that shit or like a robot doing that shit? We just are afraid of them abusing the power. But the reality is, we are more susceptible to abuse power than actually these machines because that's our nature.
Right. And that was you know what I was gonna make that point too. Like the robots don't have any type of feelings involved in it, right? It's just all data. It's all like hard facts, yes or no. Could they impart a little bit of reasoning as far as or sympathize as far as or have empathy? Is like, damn, like, you know what? I don't understand why he did that. So, I'm not going to kill you. I'm going to give you a lesser sentence. No, it's not going to be like that. It's going to be very like
right.
staccato, as you will, hard facts, hard yes, hard no, and no reason to appeal.
Basically,
So,
black and white.
yeah,
You don't think they would have some sort of control over that though? Like,
no, because you have to be human in order to have empathy. And, and,
no.
and
I'm saying the humans will have some sort of control over the AI. They will have
Like
to
a
find a
like
way to
a
have control
Basically,
over it.
what they
like
do
a
is,
fail safe.
yeah, so they can, what they do is they have a kill switch, right? But the
Hmm.
problem is that AIs in a few years don't need humans to operate them. They will repair themselves. They will learn them. Like they don't need the human anymore. Actually, for example, in coding, who do you think is doing the coding of these companies now?
AI,
AI. And they
yeah,
needed a human coder to code the computer, but now they have a computer coding another computer. And they will
yeah, that's
have,
crazy.
now you see what I'm saying? So now I don't need
Yeah,
you. AI can
yeah,
repair that AI. if your robot is not working, you are going to call Amazon robot. Is going to pick up the old robot. Is going to send it to the factory where it's going to meet repair robot, and repair robot will repair your robot, and it's going to send to your home
Yeah.
via another Amazon robot. Like they don't need us.
Yeah,
They will
it's
not
funny
need us.
because we have AI now that's doing all of our marketing, and then we just got rid of the marketing team on Thursday, sons of bitches, right before 4th of July, because we got AI to do marketing now. It's sad.
But there's the thing is, how are people going to adapt, especially how are governments going to adapt? And this is why I think we should get wiped out, because all of these governments see the technology coming. All these governments need to prepare a contingency plan to take care of all these probably billions of people that are going to lose their job, and they're going to drag their motherfucking feet. People are going to revolt, and it's going to be blood.
Hmm.
Because when you don't feed the population, this is when people stop looking at the immigrants, they stop looking at the black and the white and the trans and all that shit. They're going to start to look at the sharks. Who is the whale? Who has the crown? Right? So this is inevitable. The governments that get the head of this shit are going to benefit tremendously, and are going to be probably the healthiest societies and have the most happy society they could have. The thing, once again, is once as soon as you put human greed in it, then you put human greed to the people that create these safe locks, and this is when everything goes to shit. Because
Yeah, but
I
isn't that kind
guarantee
of what
you,
we need, Fatty? Like just like Michael Douglas said in the movie Wall Street, greed is good. Isn't greed a driver and a motivator,
no,
right?
because no, because uh, greed was good to get you to what where we are right now. We are on the peak right now, right? We have cures for a bunch of diseases. We know how to actually like do industrial farming, industrial fishing. You have all the things. You don't need nothing more, Kazim. What you need is somebody that actually uses the things that we have on the right place. And I guarantee you, for example, if tomorrow AGI discovers the cure for cancer, do you think he's going to gatekeep the cure, or do you think he's somebody, a human that controls that AGI, is going to gatekeep it so he can keep profiting by the money? Or if he,
Oh, absolutely.
right?
Yeah,
So
you're gonna gatekeep it for profit.
and that's the thing, and this is what we're talking about. These technologies are going to find ways for us to have enough, like an efficient power grid. They're going to optimize our infrastructure. They're going to optimize our schedule so we can work the most productive as possible and get done with our jobs and go home to live our lives. This is going to be great until you introduce the human grid. If Kazim can do his job in 3 hours instead of 8, now I'm going to give Kazim 3 times the job because I want him to stay on the office for 9 hours instead of for 3. So
Yeah, as long as you
it's
pay
the
me, I'm
human
good.
component. Right? If no matter what you do, if you circle back to humans being humans. Instead
Yeah.
of using all the things that you achieve to tell your workers, hey, as soon as you get done with the job by the week, you can go on not holidays, on the weekend. Oh, if we finish by Wednesday, we have 5 days. No,
Yeah.
they're going to say, hey, do more and more and more and more and more. And the question is, for who and what exactly? Hmm?
I mean, if you were the hamster on the wheel, you really wouldn't care about for who and things like that, as long as you're getting, the reward that you want, and then you get to be able to enjoy the reward with as much leisure and pleasure as possible. I think you really necessarily wouldn't give, about the why and how, as long as you're being taken care of and you get to live your little life. I don't think that'll be a really big reason for anybody, but it's a driver for them to continue, right, to produce in order to get the results for whoever it is, so the big time robot.
Yes. Nobody can explain to you why do you have to work 60, 45 years, 5 times a week. Like nobody can explain you that. Don't you have enough food? Like, don't you have enough water? Like, why do we do this? Because we are greedy. Because if you produce 100% and that go like 95% goes to the end of the 1%,
Hmm.
I can keep you on the wheel now because I have a justification to do it. Once everybody satisfied and once everybody actually gets what they need, in my
Hmm.
opinion, this is actually when you're going to get the most innovation, the best songs, the best. Because now people are doing shit not because they need it, but because they love it.
They love it. Yeah. It's, I can agree with you on that. I think when you really love and enjoy what you do, the quality of work gets better. You buy into it more, and you put a little bit extra oomph into it, and people can feel that. They can
They can feel it.
resonate with that. Just like the chefs. You know how the chefs,
Yup,
they
and
bring your plate out and they do the garnishing and they make it really like, and they do the extra gestures and the movements. You can feel that shit,
that
and
was
it
that was little the example that I was going to say. When people cook your food with love, when people sing a song or play like you feel it. You
yeah.
like feel like, damn, this person really like put an effort on it. So it's just that I think people are going to do what they love, and if you don't have nothing that you love, what is your purpose?
Yeah,
And
that's
those
true.
are, in my opinion, the dangerous people is people that are lazy,
Mm.
people that don't take solace into doing nothing, people that find challenges annoying. You see what I'm
And
saying?
everything, yeah.
Yeah, those are the people. Like I used to say, not me. I stole it from somebody. The most dangerous person in the room is the lazy, ambitious person. I think the most dangerous person in the room is going to be the lazy, like like they don't have no drive to do nothing. These are the people that, in my opinion, are going to try to inflict pain in other people. See what I'm saying? Is the 911 caller that does fake calls for the whole day just to fuck up
Mm.
with people, or call, or goes to the forest and put a fire on because he wants to
Yeah.
feel something. You see what I'm saying? These are the
Yeah.
people that you need to be careful with that shit, because most of it, if you actually look at the track record, are people that have nothing to do in life, have a
Or nothing to
disability,
lose.
yeah, or nothing to lose. Yes, that's usually the people that
Yeah.
help more.
That's what my father told me. He was like, you got to beware of the person that has nothing to lose, because that person has no guardrails and no safety, and they just will go off. It's kind of like you meet a crazy person, and you guys are somewhere, he grab a hold of you. He really doesn't have that restraint when it comes to how much force he's exerting. He's just exporting all of that freaking force, and you can get hurt like really bad. That's why they say, these people here, particularly in the New York City in the subways, these crazy people have the strength of 3 or 4 men. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't have that mechanism to control how much force they exert
Yes,
on you.
it's called retard strength.
Shit, I didn't want to say that, but yeah.
Now, I think there's a myth, but actually, yeah, that should be
What did you
investigated.
say? A mid? MID?
No. A myth. I don't know how to pronounce ages. MYTH. Myth.
Myth. Oh, okay,
Myth.
yes.
I don't think the retard thing is actually real. Do you think it's real, Nino?
You said the retard thing?
Yeah, the retard strength, like that. If you are special, you have like
Um, yeah, I think it's real, but
Why don't you think it's real, Patty?
Hell.
not every
I
retard
don't know.
has it, but I think it's real.
So what I know is that some of these special people, they actually have aptitude for shit that they have a crazy memory, crazy math skills. Like their brain is like is broken, but is good in not good. I mean, is specialized in one little thing that they do extremely well, right? So
Mhm.
y'all telling me that some of these people like get there and like they're bound, like, cause this has to be like a limiter. You see what I'm saying? Like your brain can only exert a limit of strength because it's to protect your body. Because if your body could do
Yes.
more, you literally fuck up your old shit, right?
Right.
So do you think that they like have a restraint on like the limiter is a little bit up, Like, what is the science like
Yeah,
behind
you
this?
in order for you have to have empathy, right? And especially when it comes to an altercation, that amount of empathy that you have will cause you not to give 100% pressure. Maybe you might give like 40%, right? This is just it's a feeling that overcomes you, especially when you know that you could possibly like kill or hurt somebody.
I can't agree with that, because if that was the case, psychopaths will be the strongest ones because they have no feelings of whatsoever. So I
Well,
would
who
go
says that they're
more for,
not?
huh?
Who says that they're not
Because
strong?
if you say retard string, in my opinion, it would go for more for a autistic kid or for somebody that is Down syndrome. You see what I'm saying? Like, I would go more for those people. Then I'll go just for like somebody that's a psychopath, because he's not slow. He's just a psychopath. I don't think psychopaths are physically stronger.
Yeah, but they have more control. I think they have more control of their empathy a little bit that doesn't cause them to exert as much force, right? Because they weren't always like that. They had some kind of experiences when they were young that kind of helped them cultivate that a little bit. But the mechanism is not as firm. But individuals that really can't control it as much or have the awareness of it, oh yeah, they can. I have a cousin that's like that. He had something going on with him, and we did. My grandmother always said, "Don't you go shake his hand." Or don't you let him grab you.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
man.
crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, and I remember that. My little cousin, like, yeah, don't you go shake his hand, or God forbid, y'all be careful when y'all playing. Don't let him grab you. Because and then you see people with bruises and stuff on their arms from when they grab them, or so your hands looking like dude on that Scream movie.
My strong hand.
Yeah, man. So it's real, fatty. It's real.
Hey,
Yeah.
Freddie, have you ever seen or read a book called "Of Mice and what is it? Of
Of
Mice
mice and
and Men"?
men.
Of mice
Yeah,
and
Yeah.
men.
yeah,
By the name, I don't know about it.
That was a movie too. They made a movie out of that.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think Lieutenant Dan was in it. Of,
Yeah.
Gump.
Forrest
But,
Gump.
yeah, but it was a big guy. He was kind of a little slow or whatever, a little retarded, and he was just like super strong. And he,
Talking about
he
what,
was,
the Green Mile or whatever the fuck that movie was?
No, no,
no,
no,
no,
No,
no.
no, 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 no.
nah, it's of a mice and men. Like they make a lot of the cartoon references. Like, where did he go, George? Like the big slow dummy. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? He was strong and he would kill mice and rabbits because he liked rabbits and rubbing them, but he was so strong.
Yeah.
He would end
I'll
up
put
crushing.
him in Turkey and call him George.
You know what I'm saying? And then he would have to they were
Lenny.
workers or whatever, and then he would have to move because he done killed somebody's rabbit or dog or some shit. So the movie basically goes through a process where it's a lady there and he's rubbing the girl head and he ends up, she's like, "Oh, you're rubbing too hard," and she tries to run and he ends up breaking her neck on accident or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And he ends up having to kill him. But that's what they mean by, long story short, that's what they mean by retarded shrimp, just big, strong, slow.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't
It
know,
is
man.
real, fatty. It's
I
real.
don't know. Hey, you know what I never saw and I'm seeing now?
What's that?
People that are mentally challenged with big booties. That's crazy.
Wait, what?
Yes.
Yo.
Oh yes. Hey, if you go on Instagram, there's a bunch of these Instagram models that have Down syndrome and they have some fat asses. And just like,
Fatty, that's
yes.
you. You got that shit in my fucking feed.
No. I'm
Yeah,
telling you. That's
fucking
crazy.
you.
Like, and then you go to the comments. It's like, if she's down, I'm down. Uh,
Yeah, that's
like,
you,
like,
man.
Oh,
You got that shit in
nah,
my fucking
bro.
explorer. I saw
I'm
that shit the other
telling
day. I'm like, who the fuck is looking at this shit?
And then it's like, what the hell? Like, you see, this is why AI need to just fuck up. Like, the AI needs to end this because it's not like. Let me see if I can find it.
No, we good, fatty. We good.
No, because it's actually
Mm.
because it's actually fun, not fun. Interesting.
Interesting. Yeah. All right. So now I know who the culprit is. It's freaking fatty. Now I got these. Ah. Damn
I'm,
it.
I'm telling you, I'm going to find it, and you're going to say Fetty was right. Because there's,
About
I don't
what?
know, how can you be?
About them having big booties
Oh, a
or
lot.
BBS?
Hey, hey, bro, you know when they did like these new age midget, small people that have fat asses and shit. These
Most
are.
of them do have.
Let me see.
Yeah, most midgets do have big booties. At least the ones that I've seen in the hood and stuff like that. Yeah, they got big butts.
Let me see if I can find something.
Mm-mm.
Oh my god, you see? No, I think no, I think this one is. I think this one is a filter.
That's a filter.
Yes, there's one that I actually know that is true. Let me see.
When you say true, as far as like real in real life, or
No, meaning that is like Instagram models
yeah,
that are attractive. They just have Down syndrome.
Down syndrome in the BBL is crazy.
I know that shit. Wow.
Oh, they shouldn't even be allowed to do that, man.
I know, right? Instead of fixing the Down syndrome,
And
they get bigger butts.
there's the thing: if you have sex with a 27-year-old with Down syndrome, can she consent?
That's good.
Oof.
Right? Because technically,
Yes,
Technically, you got the mind
I
of
would say
a
yes.
13-year-old or
I would say
something.
yes. She can consent. Yes. Yeah.
are you sure?
Yes. She can consent.
I don't know about that.
Yeah,
Yes.
I wouldn't risk it. It's not worth it.
Not at all, bro. Not at all, bro.
He said, "No, I wouldn't risk it."
And some things ain't
No,
worth trying, bro. That's one of them.
It's not worth it at all.
yeah, but it would have to be like I mean, like, wouldn't she be like a normal, typical woman, right? And
I
her
don't know.
feelings and things like that, right? I don't think that would change at all. If she want to do it, then she want to do it. And when she want to weaponize it against you at some point,
Yeah,
she gonna say like, "No, man, last time I didn't want to do it. You did it anyway." Yeah, it's just
I
typical.
don't know. I truly don't think that they can consent, bro. I think they're.
I think it's worse. Like if they like got Down syndrome and you sleep with them, then they switch up on you. It's gonna be worse because she got Down syndrome.
Nah, man, you out of there, bro. Ain't gonna be like the paint clean, bro.
Well, shoot, then you better put it down right then, damn it.
You're going to jail
Wow.
now.
Just say no.
Going to jail.
Oh, what Cat Williams said. Sometimes you gotta tell Diddy no. Sometimes you gotta tell him no, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Hey,
That's a really good question.
I found it, but I don't want to play it because his name.
Good. That's
Can
a
you
really
play
good
it?
that's a really good question. If a 27-year-old woman with Down syndrome, if she can be able to consent to sex. Wow.
Yeah, I don't even want to look that up because I don't want that on my search engine.
On your search
On your
engine.
search
Not at
engine.
all, bro. Not at all.
Oh,
So
I'll
you're
send
I
it
telling
mean,
me
all
but
the
that
way
you never.
you would have to measure the degree of the dysfunctionality, right? It has to be if it's over a certain threshold, obviously. But if she has like a little pinch of it, a little handful of it, I would say yes. She can consent.
I don't know what to say from this society anymore, because to be honest.
No, fantasy, but you're thinking of the way extreme version of it. You
No,
know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying because remember when you were younger and just the tip was okay, and now is if you do more than the tip, you go to jail. I don't know. This is one of them. Because, hey, I remember having videos that were literally on YouTube for like a year, and they get
Mhm.
flagged because some policy changes or something like that. Especially the
Yeah.
bullying shit is crazy. Like you just can't be making of somebody being bald, and all of a sudden this content be removed. It's bullying. Literally, the
That's
Instagram.
happened to you?
Oh, it happened the other day. I was telling them like the Instagram, because I stream for Instagram for 30 to an hour, so people see I'm live and come to YouTube, right? Do you
Yeah.
know that video that I play from the plumber guy, A- Aaron the
Aaron.
plumber?
Yeah.
You had a couple of those videos,
Yes,
no?
but the video that I play is the video when he got his ass whooped, and he was like,
No, I
"Hey,
didn't see that one. I didn't see that one.
10 to like no matter if you knock me down 10 times, I'm going to shine."
Nigga, beat my ass 10 times, nigga. I'ma get back up. But I promise you, nigga, when the opportunity present itself again, nigga, I'm gonna shine, nigga. In a real way, nigga.
Thank you very
That's the
much.
plumber dude?
Yes, thank you very
Yo.
much.
I
You
didn't
know,
know that.
I
I'm like,
played
who
this
is that?
video. I played this video as a joke, and Instagram flagged me for bullying.
Damn.
Wow.
And I was like, okay, you guys can have
Who,
it.
who you bullying? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, who you bullying?
Because he's all fucked up with his face fucked up, and he's crying, and we're laughing about it. Because
Oh,
this is
I thought
no, because
Instagram made you thought that you beat him up and he was trying to get back
no,
at you.
because he's the boss, right? So we were having a show, and on live show I played the clip. So what happened was there was something that was said of somebody crying. I played it. This is the crying, and then we were laughing about it because it was funny. And it's like such and such bullying. I go see the timestamp, and he's bullying when I play the video, and then we're laughing about the shit. That's just
Damn.
it's just stupid.
They
So,
caught it that quick?
like these platforms are just ridiculous. Like another day, the other one, I had the live show where Lady Chen is her titties are out, kind of, but then she has the pan. What do you call the?
Pasties.
Yes, that shit is still there. Been there for I don't know 2 years. Posted that shit on YouTube. That shit was picking up extreme amount of momentum, and then they took that shit down. And then when they put it back, nobody watching that shit. So like put it down for sexual exposure, whatever the fuck it was, and it wasn't. And then like 5 days later, they reminded of putting the shit back up just because they felt like it. So
Damn.
it's just like these automated systems are hit or miss. Either you're going to have like it's an extra level of protection because they want, for example, if somebody shows a penis or something like that, like to catch it in real time because they could never have advertisements if this shit continue. But the problem once again is, for example, what happened with Lupif. What if he's not the person that is the owner of the show doing that shit? So they porn bombed the show, went to sleep, on the next day woke up, and there was no channel. And if he was not Anton kind of knowing the representative so he can go ahead and talk and shit, I think they wouldn't get the channel back. So it's kind of fucked up. It's the loss of the land, man. One day you're
Yeah.
winning, next day you have 3 copyrights because somebody's mad at you when they're saying this is bullying and Ferry was laughing at this and so like that's just the bones that come with being a content creator. But hey,
But do you think that stuff like that does it stifle what you want to do, or you just find a new way of working with it and allowing the new system to kind of
you have to work around. Is
yeah,
that or go to Kick? And I don't think most people want to go to not to Kick, to Rumble.
November?
Yes, people making money there, but that's the thing. Like there's more of a conservative niche. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where people go there to say the shit that they can say on YouTube. But YouTube is king. So you want to be on the place where there's more eyes on you, so you can get enough money. Let's see.
Wow.
I want to be Alvin Preach for 3 years.
Yeah,
I want
there's
to
stuff.
wake up, see something funny, call Nino, say, "Hey friends, today with my friend Nino Nation, we're going to react to this woman saying her coochie stink." We do a 13-minute video, we get $4,000, and we have 23 hours of our day to do whatever the fuck we want. And we repeat that shit over and over.
But you gotta have the sleepy boards, the sleepy floors sound in the background too.
Yes. So one part of the studio that I'm building is literally me standing up. I don't know why, but like people reacting to videos standing up work way better than people reacting to videos sitting down. Are you guys familiar with the guy, the Amazing Lucas?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I heard of him.
He does it too. For whatever reason, I think he's like he gravitates towards it. And the way that I'm going to build my shit is spoiler alert, but we're already almost there. It's going to be kind of a Dragon Ball Z team where I kind of do the instant transmission to show up in front of the location, and then we go from there. That's why, that's why I'm doing the spatula microphone thing and all that. Is to do a bunch of things on the beginning of the video that can actually get the people to kind of just sit and watch. And this then is my job to kind of see if they stay or not. But for the amount of videos that are being released by mediocre content creators, especially reviewers, and the numbers they are getting, epa, I don't. Hey man, for the life of me, I don't see how can we. I don't see how we can blow this shit up.
How you can or cannot see?
We need to be so incompetent. It's not even funny. Here's a new era. It's a new dawn. It's a new day. It's a new life.
Hey, yo, fam, do me a favor, fam. Do me a favor. Stop it with the little people with the BBLs, fam.
What's the not the little people. Me just don't need BBLs. Me just have little people.
Whatever it is, yeah.
It was
yeah,
the Down
get that out of my
syndrome.
algorithm, fam.
Hey, no. But the thing is this. Why y'all keep lying? Like, why you fighting it? That's true.
Fighting what?
Have you seen Tyrion?
Who?
Tyrion from Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
That motherfucker has a giant head, some giant arms, a fat ass, some giant leg. Yeah, giant everything. Well, almost. I don't know about the.
You know what, y'all?
Pause.
With that, I am out, y'all. Y'all have a good night. Y'all have a good night. I'm trying to get up, man. Y'all be good, man. This is fun. Man, you crazy. You wild.
Oh, yes.
I'm just saying, I don't know. I don't know. I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah, some of the women are, thickly, but I don't like the baby arms. Can't do it. But this one little person, this one light skinned joint, she real pretty. She got
there's
little
a bunch
baby
of-
arms.
There's a bunch of Brazilians and all that. They are IG models and all that. But that's the thing. Guys keep denying that shit. That's going to be our future wife.
Oh no!
I say, I
A big ass, big head for one little person.
Damn.
That shit crazy. Damn.
I don't think I could go below 4'10" is low.
Damn.
I like short girls. I don't like them that short though.
Yeah, but that's not short. They just you're not going in, Nina. You're not going. Come on, Nina.
I don't know though. I'm strange like that. It'd be my luck. The one chick that I ain't supposed to get pregnant, she get pregnant and shit.
Yeah, your kids is another. Like the Tyrion dude from Game of Thrones, he actually had normal kids. So I don't know what happened there. Maybe it's just a mistake. I don't know.
Yeah, little people could have no, I won't say normal. That sounds crazy. Average size kids or whatever. However you want to put it, whatever.
Yeah, I know. I seen what is it, the YouTube mother and son. Her son like damn near 6 foot. And her ass like 3'8" or some shit like that. They had to make the house special for her because she's small.
How tall the dad?
I have no idea, but that's what I'm saying. He had to be tall. Well, maybe I'm not exactly sure how tall her son is, but he tall. You know what I'm saying? He looked tall compared to her.
And sometimes the genes might jump a couple of generations. You see what I'm saying? Like for
Yeah.
example, my granddad was like 6'7", something crazy like that. My dad and my mom are. My mom is like 5'5", but my dad is like 5'8", and my younger brother is 6'4", and I'm 6'2". So like sometimes he jumps.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you want that shit. With all respect, okay, no discrimination. I don't. I don't know if you want that shit on your bloodline like that.
Yeah, exactly. What about my kids' kids? It might pop back up.
Now I got another one.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I was just thinking about something. I forgot it that quick. But we about to head on out of here.
And by the way, Nino, just to make sure, you see Dark Entertainment, Dark Relief, he wrote, y'all should type transparent cleaning in YouTube search engine. Don't do it.
I'm not.
Yeah, that sounds crazy. Nah.
Don't do it, and this is what I'm talking about. How the fuck does a video 400,000 views of a woman with a see-through robe with her pussy lips literally showing can stay on YouTube, and I make one video with Lady Chen with her titties a little bit canceled? I don't get it. That shit's crazy.
You don't think somebody might have reported it or something?
No.
If it's like
That was the bot caught catching it because her titty kind of was out, so he probably caught the. You see what I'm saying? He caught the skin. That's why he was even stated back.
are they like teaching people how to clean?
I don't think
That
I don't think it's about cleaning.
no, because I'm saying like they might do that educational thing
Yeah,
to
that's what
try
they
to
write on them.
bypass it. Yeah.
That's what they write on. It's like the naked yoga too. This is for educational purposes. It's not educational purposes. It's for you to get YouTube money. It's for you to get X videos money. hey, no joke. Lips, like literally, you can. Man, being a woman is like a cheat code, bro. Sorry, Nino. I know you have to go. I'm not going to Ali you. You saw those motherfuckers today.
Yo, that shit.
Stop the show about an hour.
If I am Ali needs a restraining order. If I have to close the show, it's just one thing. But all of them were doing it. At least they left with a smile on their face. But Jesus Christ, man.
Bro, they would not let you go, son. They would not.
Yeah, man. It is what it is. I appreciate you, Nino, Mr. J Wills, for y'all information. I told Cammy to do monkey business. She ran away. So when you see her, call her a pussy. Because that's exactly what she is.
Damn.
I see you later, fellas.
All right, see you later.
You have a good one, bro.
Damn, Cammy done ran away.
Why Cammy fled? She's crazy.
If I said I was surprised, I'd be lying. But we about to head on out. Let me play the sad song. Well, it was a good show. Enjoyed the conversation. Shout out to Kasim for pulling up. Of course, Fatty pulling up. J Wheels pulling up. He didn't pull up. He was part of the show. But you got any last words, man?
Hey, man. Yo, I want the other two videos, especially the other two videos. I really wanted to see what Fatty thought of those. But it's all good because I did enjoy the conversation. It was a dope. So, but hey man, we'll be back. Another time to review some more videos or have dope conversations, whatever comes first.
For sure. Hey, the videos ain't gonna. We might could do them the next time. You know what I'm saying?
Most deaf, bro.
But we'll get into it. But until next time, we gonna ride out on the Harley. Let's get it.
Tell me apply pressure. Nowadays pressure look like I'm thirsty. Pressure could look like I'm thirsty. You feel me? I wanna ride a Harley. I wanna ride you like the water in the wave. Give me your love, give me your heart, don't be afraid. For your love I go crazy, renegade. I wanna ride a Harley. I wanna ride you like the water in the wave. Give me your love, give me your heart, don't be afraid. For your love I go crazy, renegade. You keep on talking about applying pressure. You know pressure do bust pipes. I'm trying to fuck you every day and night. I'm trying to get it cause I know it's tight. Pop me a pill and then we take off flight. I'm a big nigga, heavy appetite. You do that little thing I really like. You love to fuck me when I got on my ice. Yes, I love you, I'ma make sacrifice. But you never ever would be my wife. You my life, but so we locked in for life. That nigga used to fuck you ugly and trite. He ain't nothing like me though. Pocket a semi, I don't let it blow. Niggas stay fresh from head to toe. I hit the baddies all. I wanna ride like Harley. I wanna ride you like the water in the wave. Give me your love, give me your heart, don't be afraid. For your love I go crazy, renegade. I wanna ride like Harley. I wanna ride you like the water in the wave. Give me your love, give me your heart, don't be afraid. For your love I go crazy, renegade. I wanna ride like Harley. I wanna ride you like the water in the wave. Give me your love, give me your heart, don't be afraid. For your love I go crazy, renegade. I wanna ride like Harley. I wanna ride you like the water in the wave. Give me your love, give me your heart, don't be afraid. For your love I go crazy, renegade.
I'm smarter. I'm better. I am